Bitch ass nigga. Nigga a bitch, bro. Let's see some puss ass nigga, bro. Nigga a bitch, bro. My bad, bro. I had to make sure y'all can chat, bro. Then in between that, man, little bitch ass, fake ass content creator who won't respect it, who won't keep it gangster. Fucking bitch. My bad, fool. Run up them motherfucking digits, man. Spam free thug in the chat, man. We up, man. We about to get into it, gang. Victor, what's good, gang? My bad, bro. Puss ass niggas.
We got London on the track.
Nigga act like.
Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it's gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on the money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm leaving like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I talk lots of shit like my bitches are dangerous. They didn't know me once, so I left from with you. You know it's a drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, I swear to God, I'm Luke, ain't kicking. Money, turn it up, mama, gon' snout her some dope, her hair great like a grandma. You know my ice blingin' like OJ, like a panda. Roll it, hold it, I couldn't control, shout it like a channel. My racks are squeaking on that part and I'm hopping and roaring, I crank on like water. Horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on the money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'ma move me so no like confusion. I'ma go in that bitch with a ruler. I'ma toast me a nigga like Schroeders. I'ma keep a red flag cause I'm booling.
Smash that like when y'all come in.
I know some rollers basic like a duelist. Yeah, I'm screaming up, like cool. When I snort it, I feel like I was aborted. If I ever ordained, baby, better drop was bored. I been getting money before the music for Pandora. I just do this shit when I get bored. Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born.
That motherfucking like though. Smash that like. We waiting on thugging them to get in court. Let me see if they started up yet. Nigga, hustlers don't stop, they keep going. You can lose your life, but they gon' keep going. Why not red light when they gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we get the, we run up them digits, we run up that money, we run up them digits, we run up that money, we run up them digits, we run up that money. Sheesh. I'ma keep it real cause I'm booling. Alright, they ain't ready yet. Smash that like, this should be, I don't know if they done started or what, or they just ain't allowed on camera. We gonna see. We should get something.
Planning a family? Check your sperm count. You can test it in your room. Morning, night, or afternoon. Upstairs, downstairs, here and there. But please, don't test just any.
What the hell? Sperm.
Listen, guys, this is what he does.
Jeffrey, I feel like I used to hate that name so much, but now I'm understanding the name.
Happy holidays, everybody, man. Shout out Crystal, appreciate you.
In order to truly understand the brand known to the world as Young Thug, you gotta work backwards and really look at not only the evolution of Jeffrey, the star qualities of Young Thug, the rise of YSL, but we gotta work backwards to where it all started.
Y'all versus South, I love y'all.
I want to be who I really am. I'm really Jeffrey.
I'm Young Thug, aka Jeffrey. I'm John YSL. Born there, stayed there, still there. I'm 19. I like rapping. I like money too.
What was one of the first times you heard of Young Thug?
I would say, personally for me, I started paying attention in 2011. That's when he was featured on a mixtape by Rich Kids, $100 autograph. And for many of us in Atlanta, that was our introduction.
She definitely is Ethiopian, bro. If you know like I know, this woman is definitely an Ethiopian queen.
To Young Thug. And then what we started to see was, that was also around the same time that the confidence started to match the work ethic. And then he took off.
Next thing you know, you're gonna hear about a $10, $15 million deal, man, Live. You're looking at it right now, you're looking at a $10, $15 million deal, man, in the future, you know what I'm saying?
At first glance, his come-up story is similar to a lot of other artists in Atlanta. You find a way to make it out of harsh conditions. You're handed nothing but hard times. Winning under those kind of circumstances gives you an extra layer of resiliency where you're prepared for anything life throws at you.
Oh, you said they not letting the cameras in the courtroom since they caught that shit on camera. Ain't that funny? Now. Shout out Goat, man. What's good, Goat? That's crazy. That's a good fucking point. The monies. They slipped up getting caught.
What is it like to chase your dream in Atlanta? To start off with nothing. Start off in Jonesboro South. Start off in Zone 3. Start off in Sylvan Hill with nothing.
It would be likened to the idea, or similar to the thought of walking in a store and buying a lottery ticket that hit the Mega Millions. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, in that case,
That's my shit right there.
He didn't come from, a family that knew how to get him in front of people. Man, these kids were running the streets lost.
Another night of crime in an Atlanta public housing development.
My name is Tyrone Dennis. I'm a retired Atlanta police detective.
That nigga eyes look crazy, shawty. Why that nigga eyes look like that? He's like a robot.
There are 6 zones. Zone 1, 2,
Smash
3,
that
4,
light.
5, 6. Zone 1 is your west side. Zone
What up,
2
Yvette?
is Buckhead, north end of the city.
My bad, hold on.
Zone 1,
Be quiet, y'all.
detective.
Be quiet.
There are 6 zones. Zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zone 1 is your west side. Zone 2 is Buckhead, north end of the city. Zone 3 is towards the south. Zone 4 is southwest. Zone 5 is downtown, midtown, things like that. Zone 6 is East Atlanta. When you say you're from these different housing projects, it's almost like a stamped badge of I got it out the mud.
So Jonesboro South, Cleveland Avenue, especially during 80s, 90s. It's a black community. Predominantly black community.
Jonesboro South, to this day, when you say that name, it still resonates with Atlanta because it means something and it represents something. Before it was demolished in 2009, it raised generations of Atlanta from the moment it was constructed in 1970 up until 2009. So there's a sense of nostalgia to it that even though it's gone, it still represents and reflects an era that was so important to this city and to the culture.
But at the same time, there's crime, it's high crime, and a lot of drug dealing, just a lot of, poverty over there.
I see people get shot.
Anybody can get hurt out here.
There's nothing more powerful than creating a track.
Smash that like button. Yeah, gang, smash it like. Is she like a dead fish? that wasn't nice, goddammit. Not even a living fish, a dead.
When you from Cleveland to Jonesboro Road, man, like Jonesboro South and where I'm from, like, if you really put your mind to something, no matter what, if it's some street, gonna get some money. I've been rocking with Thug before the music. Oh, I already knew that was gonna be big. I ain't know he was gonna be that big.
He didn't have a talent at the time that was easily recognizable by the people who were in position. So he kind of had to work a Rubik's Cube to find himself in a position.
Hey, how old was Young Thug, or how old is Young Thug? What did he make when he got locked up? Did was he 30? Did he make 30 on the street? Or was he locked up before? I think, yeah, because it said 30 flow on there or something. Dirty 30 or some shit. So is Young Thug, how old is that nigga, bro? I don't even know how old Young Thug is.
To not only where he could present his art to people, to where the people he was presenting to could actually understand the art he was presenting. And he really built an entire...
He was ahead of its time.
Completely ahead of it. It's still ahead of its time today.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it came overnight. I ain't gonna say I wanted to do it. I been knew how to rap. A long time ago, I been knew how to rap. Nobody didn't believe in me.
His voice was so distinctive. It was like, wow, this is like something that we've never heard before. So it was like a very interesting style of rap that we had never really heard before.
I met Thug through Pee Wee Longway.
Pee Wee Longway, someone he grew up with in Jonesboro South, ended up introducing Thug to Gucci in a recording studio. And that very moment really catapulted his career because it took that connection for everything else to make sense in his career.
So did you know he was going to be a star?
From then on I knew, And then from that day on, that same day, Thug didn't leave the studio. He spent the night there.
It's like somebody put something in their body or something. Like he different.
But Young Thug was able to kind of just like put out songs and especially in Atlanta, they became club hits.
They my people, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. Bless me.
We're creative people. We're hardworking people, and more importantly, we're people that have dealt with so many things that went against us that we're built for this too.
Yeah, let's go. Tell the X thing on her jeans, I know she good with others.
Yeah, when was the first time you felt like Gunna started to take off?
I mean, here in Atlanta, we've been paying attention to Gunna before he blew up. I was hosting a 2018 showcase for BMI. It was kind of like the Who Got Next in Atlanta. And I would even say that was around the same time that the YSL brand really became synonymous with Atlanta music and the record label took off. So for Gunna, it was important. For the label, it was important. And then the dynasty and the empire that Thug was building really went to another level.
Once he found himself in a position to offer, to reach back and pull people like Gunna, and through the vision.
Hold on, am I tripping? This nigga, I didn't just realize it, but yo, this nigga T.I. got dreads, bro. I guess it's just like re-realizing. This nigga got a whole head full of dreads. T.I. Money hoes, cousin, 24s. The perplexity of the explanatories can make Gunna such an excavatory rapper that Young Thug came in and expounded upon his solidified talents. Nigga, shut up, nigga.
And pull people like Gunna, and through the vision, through the art and the execution of that art of Young Thug, all of that was made possible. I don't really know anything about the other stuff that they're talking about because I haven't seen that.
In Atlanta today, we just learned minutes ago.
More charges against the rapper Young Thug.
He is one of 28 people named in a massive gang indictment.
I
always do my music as a form of artistic expression. And now I see that black artists, rappers, don't have that.
Alright, let's go to the part 2. Hold on. Because part 2, while we waiting on this shit about this court shit, I don't know how they're going to treat us on this, but I never seen this, actually. I know this came out a few days ago. I didn't know it was broke down into parts, though. I thought it was one whole thing. Or did they split it up? Oh, no. Well, we just going to play it part 1 by part 2. What's part 2 right here? Why is part 2 4 minutes? Who the fuck is working for these news? Y'all need to hire some niggas who know how to do YouTube, nigga. Why is part 2 4 minutes? That's a video. That's not even part 2. That's not.
I was helping vacuum the car when suddenly my favorite Lego was gone.
Nigga, that ain't a part. That's a short ass memo, nigga.
And so my dad says, "I think I know a place."
You say you sound like Sauce Walker. You sound
we have that.
Awesome.
Find your Lego self at Bricks and Minifigs.
The nigga dirty.
The Grammy winner.
All right, okay. We on? Let me make sure we still on. We good? Y'all can see? Okay, cool. All right, let's blow it up. How the fuck is part 2 4 minutes?
The Grammy winner accused of founding a gang allegedly linked to several murders in Atlanta.
Many of the charges related to the indictment points to Young Thug's rap lyrics as evidence.
Take it to trial. Take this the motherfucking trial.
Good morning, Mr. Jeffrey Williams. Be aware that on this calendar you are here because you have been indicted.
Bro, why niggas keep saying he got a song called Take It to Trial? Niggas is funny. I seen 6ix9ine say that. Before 6ix9ine said it, I seen somebody else say he got a song called Take It to Trial. And he not. I forgot. That's on their last album. That's on the Slime Language album, ain't it? Because that was my shit. My bad, y'all. Smash that like.
The Grammy winner accused of founding a gang allegedly linked to several murders in Atlanta.
Many of the charges related to the indictment points to Young Thug's rap lyrics as evidence.
Take it to trial. Take this the motherfucking trial.
Good morning, Mr. Jeffrey Williams. Be aware that on this calendar you are here because you have been indicted under 22 SC 182273 for conspiracy to violate the racketeer and.
Hold on, I'm gonna go straight to the website, my dog. Let me see. Fox 5 Atlanta. Fox 5 Atlanta. Let's go. Let's see. Take that shit to motherfucking trial, nigga. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay. Take it to fucking trial then, dude. Hold on. Let me see. Is it on? Is it on the YouTube or is it on the Is it on YouTube or is it on nigga? Is it live now or some shit? I'm just gonna press live now and see what's going on. Take that shit to motherfucking trial. You said Gunna for the Island Boys? Bruh. Hey, who that was? Hold on. Hey, go stop deleting shit, bro. Is you deleting shit? You got me fucking up, bro. Who deleting shit, man? Stop deleting comments, bro. All right, look. Is it cap or what, bro? Is it cap? Let's see, man. Island Boys ain't snitch. Oh, damn. I mean. Oh, that's you? Hold on. Let me see. Okay, right here. Here we go. All right, we lit. Shout out to my nigga. Appreciate that, bro. We live. We lit, y'all. We in. Let's see what the fuck the Dread Nails is. I guess 11 Alive was eating too much, nigga. They was screaming like a motherfucker. But shout out to them because they been keeping us entertained. I'm part of the community too, nigga. So it's like, you know what I mean? We all here together, man. It's like we all homies. Look, I got a blunt in my hand. Like I'm about to. It's like we watching Super Bowl, nigga. I'm like, it's a party. It's a watch party. It's reactions. We all getting reactions off this shit. You dig? Let's get into it, gang. Smash that like. Smash the like, man. We in here. I'm about to turn this motherfucking AC on. Cause it's cold in the summer, bitch. Live feed was good, gang. Your vet, all my mods in this hole. You hear me?
Information, and then, think about.
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody pulling up right now. We about to watch the fucking trial live. Let me roll this blunt real quick. Take that shit to motherfucking trial. Thugger gonna take it to trial. If anybody gonna take it, he got to, kind of, sort of, like, everybody keep copping out. But just like Boosie said, man, you put 28 eggs in the fucking thing and shake it up, one of them bitches is gonna crack. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, please stop deleting comments. I don't know who the fuck is super deleting them shits. Is that y'all? I'm trying to read some of them shits, nigga, while I'm looking. Jesus. Let's get in. Let's go in. Look, we late to court. We was getting high and shit, nigga. We was over here looking at. We was in the car rolling up, nigga.
I may even look stuff
Shout out everybody
up.
in the chat, man.
Like, look, I have textbooks, or else get online and find reliable sources for answering questions I may not have on the top of my head or whatever. And
Slurry bird looking
at.
ass.
And then make a determination of cause and manner of death.
Do other medical examiners use those same techniques?
As far as I know, all the ones that I'm acquainted with use something very similar to that.
Okay. And do you know, are these procedures published in a book, textbook?
There's several textbooks that have different aspects of it. I don't know that we have one comprehensive textbook that tells everything you need to know for everything. There's books. A lot of textbooks are just information, like common, like say you might have a chapter on gunshot wounds, it'll tell you about gunshot wounds. And then there are books on procedures, on how to do basic procedures, and then there are also like uncommon procedure, unusual procedures. And then
it's all good. Don't trip.
When you've done it a lot, you can often kind of see where the boundaries are, and you can create like other approaches that are within the realm that can answer questions.
Sure. What about professional publications? Have those procedures been published in professional publications?
Some of them are published. There's books that have been published systematically by people who are familiar with a lot of different procedures, and then a lot of the articles are like kind of interesting, unusual situation where they had to do something different than usual. So there are books that do that.
And typically, how would you stay up to date with the procedures?
Basically, I go to the meetings and talk to people until COVID hit pretty hard.
Look, y'all, please, look, GOAT. I'm not gonna take GOAT off of my GOAT. Just if that wasn't you, that won't you. But please, don't nobody delete shit unless they on some like disrespecting, like on some racist shit or some shit, just some weirdo shit. Then get them niggas out of here. But if let niggas say what they want, bro. If niggas want to crack jokes or talk with it, I don't give no fuck, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as niggas ain't saying no racist shit or no, prejudice, like some really crazy shit or some kid shit or some weird shit. I don't give a fuck, man. Smash that motherfucking like button. Let's get into it. He do like Larry Bird,
I
though.
rode the train to work every day. I had 2 hours to read. I just mostly read forensic pathology or general pathology textbooks because, that seemed like it's part of my job. I'm sitting there going to work, it's part. I might as well read that instead of something else,
Dr. Henninger, is your work ever checked by your colleagues?
Yes.
Do you check others' work?
Yes.
How often?
All the homicides are reviewed, and then the other reports are we have a morning meeting where we present the cases and decide what we're going to do, and then at the end of that we go over the cases for the previous day and to kind of see. Basically, it's teaching for the fellows and the residents that are there, but it functions as people can see what everybody else is doing. You can kind of learn. And often people will raise questions. They'll find something. They'll say, "Well, I wonder what this means," or "What is this?" So that.
Are there standards that basically control your assessments in your work?
Yes.
Are there best practices?
There are. Best practices is fairly nebulous because if you're really good, you may do better than someone else. But there are definitely standards, and the standards try to describe what is good practice, for sure.
And do you follow those best practices?
Yes.
Who else would you say use the same procedures as you?
Who else uses the same?
Who else would you say use the same procedures as you?
All the people on these reports were using them, and let's see, 2 of them have moved to other offices. As far as I know, they're still doing things similarly.
Do all federal, state, and governmental agencies performing autopsies use those same procedures?
I don't know about the federal government. I think they do. They're mostly military people. They may have their own things, but the states, all the states, there's state medical examiner systems, their counties, and I think all those offices are following very similar to our procedures, or at least attempting to.
And did you perform, in this case, an autopsy of a Donovan Thomas Jr.?
Yes.
That's Big Nut.
And did you follow all the standard and procedures that you discussed above?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we would ask the court to qualify Dr. Henninger as an expert in forensic pathology based on his number of years of experience, his background, his training, and the fact that this is well established, accepted field in forensic science.
All right. Okay, then the court will designate Dr. Henninger as an expert in the area of forensic pathology. May Dr. Henninger be currently temporarily excused for purpose of the motion? Yes, sir. All right. Dr. Henninger, appreciate you coming to visit
Thank
us.
you.
Good to see you. Just don't discuss your testimony with anybody except for the attorney.
Why is-
All you need. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bro, who deleted that? Stop deleting shit, bro. Who is that, bro? Who in the chat which one of my moderators keep doing that shit, bro? I'm about to, hey, bro, stop doing that shit, bro. Somebody just deleted some girl whole fucking thing. Who timing out or whatever the fuck it is? Who is doing that? Live feed, let them niggas chill, live feed.
Did you talk with Mr. Bernini?
He is. We sent him back on his way. He said he's going to try to have a draft
Bro.
report as soon as he can, hopefully before the end of the year, and he'll definitely have a final report before trial. We'll turn it over as soon as we have it.
Okay, all right. And we'll hold off on him for the time being.
It's my setting.
Before he testifies.
See, that's what somebody tell me something. I don't think, I mean.
All right. Okay, so the only person you have this afternoon is
Deputy Hall, Investigator Hall. He is. He said he should be here momentarily. I can give him a call and get you back ETA, or we can go ahead and
we'll go ahead and let you continue Farley's motion. Part about the, I think you're going to talk about the duplicative counts and the.
Yeah, I see it, go. I can screenshot it. It says message deleted by Go. Message deleted by Go.
Duplicative counts and the gang statute. And have you put Mr. Carlson on already to potentially talk about 14?
He can do it, or I can do it, Your Honor. So either one of us, I'll let him know, but I can also do it.
No, hey, look, I forgot the title was that. We was gonna talk about that because I thought they wasn't gonna allow cameras in the court today. But no, YF and Lucci ain't about to pop out. I forgot that was the title. We was about to have a discussion until somebody hit me. Who was that told me? Was it Victor? It was like they screaming the case, but I'm gonna change that shit real quick. I'm gonna change the thumbnail. That's why we was about to talk about that. I was like, nigga, what if that nigga popped, not during this, because they ain't even at trial yet, but like, because niggas know that that's who he's beef. Anyway, that's a whole nother stuff. My bad. My fault.
Check on Carlson and his availability as well as you check on Mr.
No, I'm not gonna block Goat. I'm not gonna block him though. It's not that serious. It did say your name, bro. It's all good though. Fuck this shit.
If you want to go ahead and you have any argument as to the duplicative counts? Yes, Your Honor.
You need to turn the microphone. Oh, here go Aiden Ross. Aiden Law.
All right. Good afternoon, Your Honor. I mainly rely on Meeks v. State, which is 309 Georgia App 855. That held that a one count of theft by taking was subject to a special demurrer because it was entirely duplicative of another charge that was charged in the same offense. And here, Your Honor, I'm basically asking the court to apply Meeks to this indictment the way it's specifically written. In Meeks, the Georgia Court of Appeals held that the counts were duplicative because they provided no additional facts by which it can be distinguished from the other count, and it alleges neither a different set of facts nor a different date. And so, Your Honor, that's what I allege, that counts 50 and 51 are duplicative of count 49. Count 49 is where Mr. Farley is alleged, along with Mr. Stillwell, Nichols, and Garlington, to have murdered Mr. Drinks. And in that count, they say, the reason why, Your Honor, this is especially duplicative is it says that Mr. Drinks was an associate of a rival gang. So essentially what I'm asking the court here is to find it duplicative, because I know the state's going to say that a gang activity charge and a murder charge are not duplicative, even if it's that murder that is the basis of the gang charge. But, Your Honor, I think that this can't survive a demurrer under Meeks because they write up count 49 as a gang charge. They just don't write the caption. And, Your Honor, the caption is not what holds, it's the substance. And so here in count 49, the substance is the same as counts 50 and 51. Had they not put in that part where it says an associate of a rival gang, then I get it. There's an extra set of facts that, oh, we're saying you killed this guy, and then in this other count, we're saying you killed him as part of gang activity. But 49 says an associate of a rival gang. So because they wrote that in there, and they didn't have to, that's not part of the malice murder statute by any means, but they chose to allege it that way. And so within the four corners of this indictment, of which Mr. Farley is entitled to an indictment perfect in substance and form, here it's duplicative. Had they not put that, it wouldn't be duplicative. But what I submit to the state, what different fact is alleged in counts 50 and 51 that's not alleged in count 49? Because in count 49, they say it's an associate of a rival gang. So if you say someone has an associate in a rival gang, by inference, you're saying that that person is in a gang. It's essentially count 49 alleges Mr. Farley to be in a gang.
Right.
And it alleges that the person killed was a rival of the gang that Mr. Farley is supposedly in. So count 50 and count 51 that allege the criminal street gang activity with the murder of Mr. Drinks as the subject matter, Your Honor, those are both duplicative of count 49.
That's what I thought too, Goat. Hey, Goat, that's what I did not say that yesterday. I was like, man, when can you start doing this,
Because
bro?
they included
They got to be doing it for money.
count 49 as gang activity. So looking within the
Filming
four
this shit.
corners of the substance of these three counts, there's nothing
The whole
different
thing.
in count 51 or 50 that we don't already have in count 49. For that motion, yes, Judge.
Okay, talk to me about the unconstitutionality of the gang statute.
Sure, Judge. So,
And you understand Supreme Court party.
This nigga Goat be lying. Your ass just said you won't do it. Your
I understand,
ass
Your
be
Honor.
lying, bro.
I don't think the Supreme Court's going to consider anything with regards to Mr. Farley because there won't be a conviction. But just out of caution, I do think maybe the United States Supreme Court or possibly some other court might review this, Judge. So I do. Right.
What's your good faith basis to challenge?
Yeah, I can explain that, Judge. The good faith basis is that Rule 418 in combination with the Georgia gang statute just completely flies in the face of the most fundamental aspect of our government, which is checks and balances between the three branches. We have Your Honor representing the judicial branch, we have the state representing the executive branch, and we have myself and the other attorneys representing individuals and people in the state of Georgia. And so how it's supposed to work is that we're supposed to be checking each other, we're supposed to be balancing each other. But what we have here is, Your Honor, Rule 418 just completely circumventing Rule 404B and rendering 404B meaningless and robbing both the people of the state of Georgia and the judicial branches of the state of Georgia of any sort of check on the authority of the state to circumvent the legislature, who's elected by the people of Georgia to write the statutes, who wrote 404B. And Your Honor, under 404B, as the court knows, other acts are not allowed in for propensity. They're only allowed in for limited purposes like intent, motive, absence of mistake.
Shout out Josh G, no problem, bro.
Exactly, Judge. And what's the huge problem here is that our grand jury proceedings are entirely secret. They're not transcribed. And there is no mechanism for either the people of Georgia or the jurists of Georgia to check the state to stop them from doing what this leaves open to be done. So, for example, which is, Your Honor, they might in bad faith, let's say we have a murder case, and that person accused of murder has an aggravated assault, but there is no other way to introduce that except for propensity. So the judge would say, as the state would know, that, I'm denying your 404B, this is propensity, that's not allowed. Our legislature does not allow propensity. However, 418 does allow propensity. And that's what makes the gang statute and rule in combination with Rule 418 so unconstitutional under the United States Constitution. Because what's to stop the state in a secret, untranscribed grand jury proceeding in bad faith just throw on a gang charge onto the murder charge, then... Right, Your Honor, but there's no one to check them. They're doing it in secret, and it's untranscribed, so there's no one to hold them accountable. We have rules, but without enforcement and accountability, the rule is meaningless. And so 418, in combination with the Georgia gang statute, has made 404B meaningless because all they have to do is throw a gang charge on there in violation of the rules of ethics, which happens from time to time, and they can choose to violate that behind closed doors, untranscribed, and then they can throw up their hands at the end of the trial and say, oh, the directed verdict got granted. We didn't know that was going to happen, wink, wink, but they did know. And the reason they did it and put it on there, even though they knew it would be dismissed by directed verdict, is that so then they can use 418 instead of 404B and then bring in, for example, a past aggravated assault for propensity, which is exactly what the legislature didn't want the state to ever be allowed to do. And so there is no... Right, Your Honor, but if we didn't have the gang statute, then we couldn't accuse someone of gang activity, and then we couldn't apply 418. We would have to apply 404B, and we wouldn't be talking about propensity. But
I can't hear you in the back.
So,
So do you understand that evidence under our evidence code, Title 24, may be used sometimes for differing purposes, right? So, right?
Yes, Judge.
So under the gang statute in 418, it's a little different than 404B and the other purposes for which evidence is admitted, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And that's just exactly, it is the existence of that, Your Honor, that I find to be just totally unconstitutional, because now there is no way to do checks and balances. It's just whatever the state wants.
The legislature wrote the gang, or enacted the gang statute, and they enacted 418, right?
Yes.
So they obviously had
Yo,
had
these
knowledge.
motherfuckers know this law. You hear how these motherfuckers talk this law? I'm sorry, I had to just stop it. Really, to me, I mean, I'm understanding some of the shit that, like, because I've studied case law before. I had to on my appeal and shit like that, my appeals and shit like that. But, motherfucker, like, I was in the law library, but just how they kicking it, like, these niggas probably never really even met before, and they just, yeah, you know, like, code number 413, right? Yeah, you know what that one say. How the fuck did you fucking, I guess, yeah, if you go through this shit, go to college for 4 years, you can learn all this shit. But this, what the fuck? This is like mumbo jumbo, but they talking some shit. Some life and death shit.
Correct?
Yes.
All right. So, I mean, I understand your argument. Is there anything else you wanna put forth?
No, Judge.
Okay.
I just ask you to grant that, and then the state can appeal something for once instead of us, appealing everything.
Okay. All right. Ms. Rosenwasser?
She's the prosecution lawyer. No, that bitch is
any other motions?
goof.
I think I've dealt with the other. Only one is the 418. And
She remind me
waiting on
of some off Harry Potter.
Waiting on Mr. Carlson.
Madeline.
Yes, Judge. The only other thing I have that I failed to mention is I did have an amended discovery motion that the state's mostly accommodated, but there's one aspect
She's trying to give a nigga thousands
they're
of
not
years.
accommodating that I'd like the court to
What is that?
compel them. They relatively recently, sent out these gang profiles.
Y'all gonna chill
on
with
each of
that.
the
Hey,
defendants.
one thing about it, y'all gonna motherfucking chill with that. Don't pause the video shit, nigga. I ain't gonna over pause it, nigga. But if I got something to say, if I see something I want to communicate with y'all, nigga, I want to point it out. Period. Nigga.
And then nowhere in the discovery does it say who wrote those profiles and when they were written. And their written response to my motion says, well, you can just call the law enforcement witnesses. But that's exactly why I need Your Honor to compel them to tell me which law enforcement witness produced which gang profiles and when, because even though the state might try to say that's not exculpatory, the discovery statute says it's not only exculpatory things that they have to give us, but anything that might lead to something exculpatory. So the way they've described this gang profile of Mr. Farley, I think they wrote that up after this case already started, and if that's the case, that definitely impacts, my absolute theory of innocence.
Have you had any conversations with Ms. Rosenwasser or Mr. Smith or anybody else in regards to this issue?
What up,
No,
Callie
only
Keith?
just through our
He
written
said she a
responses.
joint.
Why
She's not
don't
a
you have
joint,
a
bro. She's not a
conversation
joint.
with her about that?
The prosecution lawyer is not a
Madam,
joint.
is it that you all are
I'm
willing
surprised you didn't see
to,
her.
or can you give him that particular information?
Your Honor, I don't want to speak out of turn. I would just request Mr. Farley contact the trial team. I would request Mr. Farley contact the trial team leaders to get an answer on that. I do not want to speak out of turn today without confirming with them. If he'd come up to me about this earlier, I could have relayed that message in a few minutes.
Okay. So why don't you have a conversation with Ms. Love or Ms. Hilton, and then if it continues to be an issue, I'll certainly deal with that. Okay?
Yes, Judge.
Hold on. We got Mr. Carlson here who can talk about 418. Do you want to go ahead and finish your 418 argument, sir, and then I can let Mr. Carlson respond to that?
No, Your Honor. Just to perfect the record, I also challenged the gang statute for violating freedom of speech and freedom of association, but I don't have further argument about that. I just have it in my motion. Everything I object to about 418, I've already said to the court.
All right, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor. On behalf of Mr. Eppinger, I wanted to join in Mr. Menendez's motion.
What did any of you ever listen to Mr. Harvey? I hate to cite to him all the time. I hate to cite to him all the time. But he did you all such a solid. He said, look, unless you opt out, everybody else gets to opt in, right?
Well, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so add to it.
I'm going to add it specifically as it relates to Mr. Eppinger.
Okay, so let's take care of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
But if you start
Jason was good,
replicating,
okay.
I'm gonna cut you off, all right?
Your Honor, the court is aware of Mr. Menendez's arguments.
Just heard it.
Just like to
And
say,
read the motion.
yes, Your Honor. As it
Okay.
relates to my client, Mr. Eppinger, we would contend that I believe it's counts. Let me find the exact one, Your Honor. I believe it's counts 38 and 39 of, no, I'm sorry, 28 and 29 of this matter, which charged my client with possession of a firearm by a first offender. The two counts are exactly written the exact same. They did not allege any different information whatsoever. And this counts 34 and 35, Your Honor. They allege that my client was in possession of a firearm on a particular date after having been convicted, placed on first offender for a particular crime. It is the same crime, the same date as listed in counts 34 and 35. There is no additional information required or added in this that would differentiate these two counts, Your Honor. So based on the similar arguments made before, we do believe that these counts are duplicative and should not be included in the indictment, Your Honor. Well, at least one of them should not. Thank you.
That it?
Yes, that's it, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. All right, Mr. Carlson.
These niggas got hella lawyers
Can you
and
speak
shit.
to Mr. Menendez and by implication the rest of the defendants who have specifically decided to opt out are seeking to or have this court declare Georgia Rule of Evidence 418 unconstitutional. So if you would speak to that, I would appreciate it.
May it please the court, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
And if I may, Judge, approach the court reporter with my car.
You may.
Oh, he ready to fry a nigga. He ready to give a nigga 1,000 years. You can tell his move. Look and check the posture. He ready to give a nigga
Your
2
Honor,
million
again,
years.
Mike Carlson, Executive District Attorney on behalf of the state, responding to the constitutional challenge. I believe it's actually to 1615-4, the charging provision of Georgia's Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, as well as Official Code of Georgia 24-4-418, which is an evidence code provision that exclusively applies to cases charged under OCGA 1615-4, and that is by language of the statute. So, Your Honor, let's take a look first at what we have here. These are essentially facial challenges to both of these statutes before the court. There's no acknowledgement in the briefing that at least has been reviewed by this assistant district attorney of the controlling or persuasive authority involved. And that begins with the fact of a presumption that a Georgia statute is constitutional, presumption that the challengers, the court knows, must rebut in cases like State versus Brannan, B-R-A-N-N-A-N, 267 Georgia 315, 267 Georgia 315, that's a 1996 case, sets forth. Also, in a facial challenge such as this, the opponents have to demonstrate that there is no set of facts under which the Gang Act or 1615-4 would be valid. A case for that out of the 11th Circuit is Benning versus Georgia, 391 Fed 3rd, 1299. 391 Fed 3rd, 1299. That's an 11th Circuit case from 2004. So accordingly, these challenges should be denied and the motion should be denied. Now let's take a look first at the challenge, which, and again, my apologies for not being here for all of the argument, but based on what I did hear and based on the briefing, is a First Amendment challenge. Well, that was dispensed with, Your Honor, by our Supreme Court in a 2009 decision, Rodriguez versus State. 284 Georgia 803, 284 Georgia 803. Now, Rodriguez was strictly a case under OCGA 1615-4A, that's Alpha, Judge, the primary charging provision of the Street Gang Act. But notably in Rodriguez, the court explained, and Justice, the late Justice's opinion affirming Judge Hancock of DeKalb County's decision, pointed out that the gang statute prosecutes conduct, not association and not expression. And I'll read a quote from the case. Criminal gang activity quote, is not protected activity even when committed by a group exercising their constitutional right of free association, because, of course, there is no constitutional right to commit criminal gang activity. And when that criminal gang activity is committed by an individual who is a member or an associate of a criminal street gang and participates in the gang through the commission of that criminal gang activity, then the additional offense of a violation of 1615-4A can be brought. Now, there is a complaint here about 1615-4B. That is the commission of those offenses in order to increase or maintain status in the gang. Again, that is criminalizing behavior, not expression. So, as to the double jeopardy claim that we saw there, at the outset, let's direct the court and the record and opposing counsel to OCGA 16-15-4M as in Mary. That is a statutory non-merger provision that is housed within the Street Gang Act itself. And our Supreme Court and our Court of Appeals have specifically dealt with the issue of whether or not someone being charged with multiple subsections of the Street Gang Act and being sentenced and convicted, or convicted and sentenced for those subsections as well as the predicate offense, violates the Constitution.
I don't even like to hear this nigga talk, man.
No merger, no violation in that case, Judge. And I want to take us first to the Court of Appeals case on that, Judge, which is Nolly versus the state, wherein the specific quote is that in Nolly, let me actually, before I get to the quote, the defendant was charged with more subsections than any of the defendants here were. And that was actually, there was an A, B, D, and E violation in addition to the underlying predicate. And the courts there said in Nolly from the Court of Appeals, and I'll have that citation to you in a second, Your Honor, from my co-counsel, there was no violation of merger or double jeopardy rules. Lupo versus State from the Supreme Court, 300 Georgia 233.
Hey man, please, 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 please. I ain't ask you for nothing right now, bro. Please just hit that motherfucking like button one time for the gang, nigga. Please, man, one time for the gang, nigga. Like, smash that motherfucker if you ain't already did it. We got 50 likes and we got 2,200 people in here. Shit ain't adding up. Smash the like, man. I appreciate y'all niggas. Let's get back to it.
That's a 2016 case. The gang activity counts did not merge, as that crime and malice murder each require a proof element that the other does not. And of course, that's consistent with federal and other state and Georgia RICO authority as well, Your Honor, which I'm happy to provide. Then there was Anthony versus State. Again, this is at 303 Georgia 399. We previously had rejected the idea that all gang offenses must be gathered into a single gang activity charge. So the subsections of the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act all have different elements. Those elements are different than the predicate offenses, so they all can be charged, convicted, and sentenced separately. And in fact, there is a statutory non-merger provision within the act itself. So, Your Honor, the constitutional claims fail in terms of 1615-4. So now let's look at a later enacted statute, 24-4-418. Now this is a provision that is unique to Georgia and only applies to cases that are charged under Georgia's Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. And it's patterned after, Judge, the same evidence code provisions that apply in sexual offenses and lawsuits arising from acts of sexual misconduct. Georgia has those at 24-4-413, 14, and 15. They're in the federal rules of evidence under the same numbers, and I believe, Your Honor, they're also in the military rules of evidence under the same numbers. So the question is, does the admission of character evidence somehow in and of itself violate the Constitution? There's been no case law provided to that effect by the opposite side, and while the U.S. Supreme Court, I believe, has yet to definitively answer that question, there is certainly no controlling case law to say that these statutes, which are used and approved around the country, somehow violate the Constitution. So we ask a question, is there a due process problem here? Well, Rule 403 applies, Your Honor, and although it is a presumptive admissibility statute that does indeed allow other acts that qualify as criminal gang activity to be admitted for any purpose, including criminal propensity, those parallel the rules that apply in sex offenses, in federal courts and in Georgia courts, and quite frankly, in other states, California, for example, Your Honor, there are similar rules that apply in elder abuse cases, special needs abuse cases, domestic violence cases, as well as in non-sexual child abuse cases. Those have been upheld, and you'll see in our brief we've provided you with jurisdiction after jurisdiction after jurisdiction where rules that parallel this one, in fact, have been upheld constitutionally by federal and state courts around the country. An additional case on that, Your Honor, State versus Gee, G-E-E, that is at 388 Wisconsin 2nd, 68, 388 Wisconsin 2nd,
dude with the fro is his code
68, a 2019 case, and where they say, they quote, the United States Supreme Court of Dowling versus U.S. 493 U.S. 342, 493 U.S. 342 at 1990, whether the introduction of this kind of evidence is so extremely unfair that its admission violates fundamental concepts of justice. Well, Your Honor, this type of evidence, even without the gang statute involved, even without 418, is generally admissible. The rules of intrinsic evidence are relaxed, generally speaking, when it comes to racketeering cases federally, and of course, in sexual offenses, even without a 413 or a 414, those were more easily admitted under our former evidence code. And just to go to a military case on that, Judge, U.S. versus McDonald, 53.
This is the person that's trying to convict Young Thug. He's telling his defense of why this Aiden Ross looking nigga right here that's defending Thug or co-defendant, this light-skinned kid right here with the fro. He's fighting back. This the niggas trying to give him 1,000 years. Get all them niggas, get them the fuck out of here.
Military Justice 593, 53 Military Justice 593. Again, a direct attack there on 413 and 14 on due process grounds, and just stating that a review of the pertinent appellate decisions indicates the courts have uniformly held that such constitutional concerns are satisfied by the proper application of the Rule 403 balancing test. So is this a statute that allows other acts in presumptively? Yes. Does it allow it in for all relevant purposes? Yes. But that was the design of the statute. In fact, it's right there in the enabling language of the statute in the preamble, quote, to improve the ability to prosecute street gang terrorism and provide for the admissibility of similar transaction evidence in prosecutions for criminal street activity. And that, of course, corresponds directly with the purposes of the Street Gang Act under OCGA 1615-2 to eradicate that kind of crime. And those are the words of our General Assembly as part of and a response to a state of crisis. So the constitutional challenge to 418 fails. 418 applies. There's not a due process consideration here because, again, the statute is tailored to these considerations, and certainly criminal street gang members committing criminal street gang acts are not a protected class that would raise equal protection concerns. So now we go to this last issue of, so the constitutional challenge to 418 fails on its face. So now we get to the issue of whether or not the other acts evidence, the uncharged misconduct to be admitted under Rule 418 requires a prior conviction under 1615-4. That issue was just argued in front of the Georgia Court of Appeals successfully by Assistant District Attorney Rosenwasser in the case of State versus McKinney. I've got the Lexis site for that, 2022 Georgia Appeals Lexis 545, 2022 Appeals Lexis 545, where the Court of Appeals noted that the language of Rule 418 itself does not require a nexus in terms of the other acts evidence to be brought in between the gang, the crime, and the defendant. Only that the prior offense, the other acts could be subsequent, classify under 1615.3. So for any evidence the state is going to proffer under 244418, if that offense qualifies as criminal gang activity under 1615.3, it thus becomes presumptively admissible for all relevant purposes under the plain language of 244418.
This is live right now. Share the live. This is live, nigga. Stop saying this is old. This is literally live, bro. I might be a couple minutes behind. This is fresh. This is right now, nigga.
So, Your Honor,
Stop
with
being
regard
a hoe.
to
Hit
the
that like button, nigga. All my real niggas hit that like button.
facial constitutional challenges, we request that the court deny those respectfully. With of course, to the specific challenges to 1615.4 and 418 constitutionally, we ask that those be denied, and we also ask that that the court deny now and apply prospectively during the trial of this case 418 properly, and reject any argument that the other acts have to have constituted a convictable offense for
This prosecutor, what the fuck, nigga? Sit your muscle head ass down, your baked potato head face ass nigga. He look like I'll hang one of you.
None of that addressed any of my arguments about unfairness. It just cited to Georgia statutes and then conceded that 418 is unique to Georgia, which is why I'm challenging it so that it can be reviewed by a higher court. Because if you don't challenge anything, Your Honor, in this system of a living constitution, nothing can change. And there have been plenty of times in our history, and even recently with the Dobbs case, that there's just things have changed and courts find something to be unconstitutional. Here,
well, you've made a constitutional challenge. I mean,
right, Your Honor.
So if and when this case is reviewed, our Supreme Court will consider those particular issues.
Yes, Judge. And I just real quick to perfect the record want to address a couple of things he said. The state said I didn't address any actual authority, but I did. In the very first paragraph of the motion, I say that this is a violation of the 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution. It allows propensity, whereas 404B doesn't, without any rational basis. Under the 14th Amendment, for there to be any kind of discrimination, there has to be a rational basis. The basis the state articulated is to eradicate crime. But what is the rational basis?
Somebody will get Aiden Ross. Tell him come in here. He's in court. We watching him in court. Somebody go tag Aiden Ross. Everybody tag him. Get him. I don't know where the fuck he's at right now. What he's doing? If he's screaming, tell him he's in court. We see him. He got the fake ass chin strap on. The fake Nipsey. The baby fake Nipsey. Y'all niggas go tag this nigga, bro.
Activity is more important to eradicate than murder.
Tell him he needs to explain this.
Or child molestation. So why should an accused rapist not have propensity in his trial, but an accused rapist where the rape was part of gang activity that the state knew couldn't survive a directed verdict, now we got to eradicate that. That's what's not fair, Your Honor. There's no rational basis here under the 14th Amendment. It's unique to Georgia, and I don't think the state even said this hasn't been challenged. This hasn't been addressed exactly by the United States Supreme Court. And so under all that, Your Honor, I do want to challenge it and get a ruling for this court to preserve that issue for appeal.
All right, Mr. Carlson, you want to address the issue of whether or not this is a rational basis and the correct constitutional standard?
Certainly, Your Honor. This is the parallel provisions federally that apply in sex crime cases have been on the books since, I believe, 1996. There has not been one successful constitutional challenge to any of them cited by the defense. And of course, the state has provided the court with just to the contrary. In terms of whether or not there's a rational basis here, the legislature in the preamble to the Georgia Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, let me change that. In the preliminary language of it in OCGA 1615.4 talks about the state being in a state of crisis due to criminal street gang activity, violence to include murder. So the General Assembly looked at that situation and enacting the gang statute, and of course continued to strengthen those laws in the face of that state of crisis. Again, that's our General Assembly's terms, all the way up into drafting 244418. And I would point out, Your Honor, that this is one of 4 specialty evidence code provisions that particularly applies in Street Gang Act cases. There's 1511-703, 15-11-703, which provides for the admission of juvenile adjudications in cases prosecuted under the Street Gang Act. There is 16-15-3, which is housed within the Street Gang Act, which allows in evidence of the customs and behaviors and symbols of gangs, among other matters. And then there's OCGA 16-15-9, which allows for the admission of other criminal gang activity of the gang. So there is certainly a surrounding statutory body that demonstrates the importance to our General Assembly, which is the fact finder here,
Kelly Rowland didn't die, bro.
Having specialized staff.
Bro, did Kelly Rowland die, bro? Stop, bro. Stop that, bro.
To facilitate the admission of street gang activity, whether by an individual defendant or whether by the gang itself, is clearly something that is necessary for public safety. Just like in the case of the sexual offense provisions, or the evidence code provisions that connect with sexual offenses, that those needs to allow in other acts at a different level than would be allowed under 404B would be. So these are legislative determinations. Again, we're not talking about a suspect class here in the constitutional sense under equal protection, and due process is satisfied because Rule 403 applies, and the Court of Appeals was absolutely clear about that in the McKinney decision. So again, we don't have a recognition of Rodriguez in terms of 1615-4 by the defense in this case. We don't have an acknowledgement of any of these cases pertaining to similar statutes from around the country or federally. And again, we have a constitutional statute that was enacted by the General Assembly to deal with the state of crisis of gang activity.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman.
God damn.
Don't get back to the podium. Stay right there.
Damn, Aiden Ross. Come on, Aiden.
403 just doesn't hold up because of the propensity difference. For example, 403, we're balancing probative.
But it's a specialized statute that the legislature enacted for purposes of this particular issue. So, I've heard your argument. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yes, just to add that under 404B, propensity is not allowed, so propensity is not
Get him, Aiden. Get him.
But that's the no. It's the test after you look at whether or not 418 still requires 403 to be applied. I mean, so that's your check and balance. And the recent case that Mr. Carlson just cited in State versus Kinney, that was in the Lexus site 22 Lexus 545. That was what that's what our Court of Appeals has determined in that respect.
Well, yes, Judge.
So you disagree, though?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right.
That's okay, Your Honor. What I do want to say, though, is that because propensity is allowed under 418, we only say that as if they're now giving probative value to propensity and allowing 403 to consider propensity as probative value, which allows it to outweigh prejudice in a way that it shouldn't.
No, it doesn't outweigh prejudice because you still have to balance it under 403.
Yes, Judge.
I mean, look, all good. I mean, the argument in a number of cases is, oh, this is prejudicial. Good evidence certainly is prejudicial under a lot of times, under a lot of circumstances. However, 403 being a balancing test requires the court to not just look the other way, hold its nose, but I still have to make sure that the balancing test under 403 has been met. So there's your safeguard.
Yes, Judge. I just think that the balance turns out differently if we consider propensity, whereas if you don't in certain cases. But I understand that the court might disagree. And just lastly, for the record, I don't think at all that being in a state of crisis is a rational basis to process rights.
Well, here's the thing with as you well learned in law.
Man, one in the chat of this nigga look like Aiden Ross' twin brother, nigga, that went to goddamn law school, nigga. Goddamn, they needed him and Aiden Ross need to do a fucking scream together, bro. That'd be fire. Remember I said it first, nigga, before it ever happened. Remember I said it first.
Right? There's 3 levels of constitutional scrutiny: rational basis, intermediary scrutiny, and strict scrutiny. And that for public safety, the bar's pretty low. I mean, as a general rule, and that the states or governing bodies are free to, that's the one that usually they win on most of the time is for safety of the public. So if that's what the statute was indicated or was enacted to deal with. And if you look at the preamble when they did it, it does say, you know, we're in a state of crisis in terms of crime and other things, and that was the basis for them to enact the statute. So, good luck on that. But okay, but you know, I mean, look, I can't, you know, say enough that you're not representing your client and representing him well, and you know, you preserved it for appeal, so you've done your job. Okay.
The very last argument I want to preserve for appeal is that the reason I don't find that to be a rational response to crisis is because there's so many other ways that's rational to respond. For example, fixing the school system or defects or all these other things that you can actually address the crisis instead of stripping away our due process.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that you'll argue that very well to our Supreme Court. Okay, if and when it's taken up. All right.
Damn.
Anybody else? I saw Mr.
I mean,
saw some other people.
If y'all understand what he was just saying, if y'all understand what he just said right there, he said, I'm sure you will argue it well with our Supreme Court. He talking about on appeal. Remember he said something about appeal just now. He was like, yeah, you already preserved it for appeal. So, I mean, you already put it on, what you saying right now, you already argued it on appeal. I mean, you said it on record, so you can pull that back and say, yeah, I've been said this. But maybe, I don't know, it sounded like he was just chalking him up to, man, yeah, you got to tell that to the Supreme, because I don't know, like, maybe I'm tripping, my bad.
Maybe want to get up, Mr. Hoover or anybody else before I rule? Okay, I know all of you adopt Mr. Menezes' motion and his argument. Okay, all right. Ms. Rosenwasser, let me let you finish before I go ahead and rule. I think that you were going to talk with me a little bit about the issue of the duplicative counts as well as
the Lucci thumbnail
constitutionality of
I already explained it.
The Georgia gang statute.
I can't change it right now.
And I think that will conclude, at least for the time being, Mr. Menezes' motions, until such time as we're able to hear those particular other witnesses, the witnesses that will require.
We was about to have a conversation about that. We was about to have a.
Yes, Your Honor. So first, as to the duplicative counts, if I understood Mr. Farley's written motion correctly, it was a little different than what we heard today, but I'm happy to respond to all of it. So first of all, in his written motion, it seemed as though he was complaining that counts the indictment, later in the indictment, 50 and 51, mirrored some of the acts under count 1. So to respond to that first, Your Honor, first of all, as to count 1 acts 173 and 176, those are acts under the RICO count. They are not separate counts. So what's really going to drive us both through this conversation and through the addressing of what Mr. Farley talked about today, where he alleged that murder and criminal gang activity are duplicative of one another, there's some language that guides us through that. And what I cited to in my brief is the language out of Williams versus State, which is a 2020 Georgia Supreme Court case. It's in my brief, but if the court wants to cite, it's 307 Georgia Supreme Court 778. And in that case, the court said, the United States Supreme Court observed that a draftsman of an indictment may charge crime in a variety of forms and may cast the indictment in several counts, whether the body of facts upon which the indictment is based give rise only to one criminal offense or to more than one. Further, by an indictment of multiple counts, the prosecutor gives the necessary notice and does not do the less so because at the conclusion of the state's case, the defendant may insist that all counts are merely variants of a single offense. Here, the state was properly permitted to charge Farley's act of committing a gang murder, a gang-motivated murder, in numerous ways. The state was permitted to charge Farley with participating in the RICO conspiracy from the YSL criminal street gang, and the state was entitled to allege acts that were in furtherance of that criminal conspiracy, as alleged in count 1. In count 49, 50, and 51, the state was entitled to separately charge Farley for the act of murdering Mr. Drinks and for participation in criminal street gang activity.
Which counts are those again? You said count 1?
My understanding is that Mr. Farley was challenging count 1, acts 173 and 176.
Okay.
And then also counts 49, 50, and 51. 173 and 176 acts, count 1 acts 173 and 176 are Farley and his co-defendants' acts of murdering Mr. Drinks and participating in criminal street gang activity through that murder. And those acts are alleged as acts in furtherance of the YSL RICO conspiracy. And then additionally, Farley is separately charged in counts 49, 50, and 51 with the murder and participation in criminal street gang activity with the actual, those are the charges. So the charges that he's facing relevant to this count are that RICO charge, the murder charge, and the 2 gang charges. And the gang charges are alleged under separate code sections, separate divisions of the gang statute.
I ain't gonna lie, she one of the ones you gotta watch out for too.
Basically, these counts are not all the same, so this court should deny Farley's demur. And when I looked at this, what I believe is that this is a situation that should be analyzed similar to when a defendant complains of a double.
I feel like she only have sex like 2 times a year. Like, this bitch don't do nothing but read law books. Like, you gotta watch out for her.
Jeopardy violation. And I believe that this court should adopt that framework to analyze this challenge. The double jeopardy framework is that a single offense may be an offense against 2 statutes, and if each statute requires proof of an additional fact which the other does not, an acquittal or conviction under either statute does not exempt the defendant from prosecution and punishment under the other. So I think to look here whether these counts are duplicative, it is whether it's similar to if we're looking at a double jeopardy or merger analysis. And here, these counts, none of these counts are the same. Count 1, count 49, count 50 or 51. Each of these counts requires the state to prove different elements. Simply because the state added language to certain counts stating that the victim about his gang status or gang affiliation, that does not mean that the counts are duplicative. It simply is different ways of alleging the act of committing a gang-motivated murder. These counts have different charging elements, and what's important is you look at the elements of each count. So Farley is charged in count 1 with RICO. Murder is not an essential, killing someone is not necessary to prove a RICO conspiracy violation. Same thing with participation in criminal street gang activity. Committing murder, killing someone, is not necessary to prove that someone violated the Criminal Street Gang Act. They could also be convicted of that and of murder, but it's not a situation where that's going to be a duplicative count. Those are different acts. And acts is probably the wrong word due to the RICO. Those are different actions taken by the defendant. They're differently charged, and that's completely appropriate pursuant to the Georgia Supreme Court, which quoted the United States Supreme Court. The United States Supreme Court case is United States versus Universal CIT Credit Corp. 344 United States 218, 1952. So here, Your Honor, the counts are not duplicative. They each require different elements. The state must prove different elements to show each conviction. Your Honor, these counts are in no way duplicative. Mr. Farley's demur should be denied.
Okay. Turn to the issue of the constitutionality of the gang statute, Georgia gang statute.
Yes, Your Honor. So turning to that directly, I think it's pretty clear that this has already been challenged by in the Georgia Supreme Court within the last 15 years. That was in Rodriguez versus State. And in that case, the Supreme Court of Georgia unanimously held that the primary charging provision of Georgia's anti-gang laws, OCGA 1615-4, is constitutional. Farley has not shown why this court should not follow the ruling of Rodriguez or even attempted to distinguish Rodriguez. So therefore, Your Honor, we believe that it's already been ruled upon. This is a challenge that has already been made. This statute is constitutional. And Your Honor, going into the challenges to each of these, to the extent that Farley makes a First Amendment challenge, Rodriguez versus State held that criminal gang activity is not protected activity even when committed by a group exercising their constitutional right to free association. So that's already been held. Again, I think Mr. Carlson went into this as well, but to the extent he didn't, or the court has...
Man, that bitch having sex 1.5 times a year. In the whole 12 months, it's 1.5 times. She fucking one time, and then one time she sucking nigga dick. she ain't playing no games. She ain't here for the shit, man. Change your life. Change your life, nigga.
Further questions. Additionally, Anthony versus State loop specifically, and that's 303 Georgia Supreme Court 399. That's a 2018 case. The Georgia Supreme Court specifically rejected the idea that all gang offenses must be gathered into a single gang activity charge. In Lupo versus State 300 Georgia Supreme Court 233, that's a 2016 case. They found that an individual can be charged with separate violations for each of the gang statutes. So that's not a reason to find it unconstitutional. And generally, Your Honor, it's just been clear that this has already been challenged and been rejected, and Farley has not shown why this court should not follow pre-established case law. And Your Honor, I do want to provide the court additionally with the Nolly site that Mr. Carlson referenced. That's 335 Georgia Court of Appeals 539 2016, and that actually goes in support of both his case and his argument and my argument.
Okay.
Y'all niggas is crazy. 1.5 times, yeah. Carl, 1.5 times, man. Look, he like, look, man, we're gonna do a scream. I'm gonna call NLE Chopper. That's what you tell him right now. I'm gonna call NLE Chopper. I'm gonna call Kaiser Knot. I'm gonna call, yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be lit. He's going to fucking jail. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be lit. This guy is fucking good. He's fucking. I'm gonna call NLE Chopper. I'm gonna fucking call Steve. Will do it. I'm gonna call fucking Tekashi 69. We're gonna call him too. We're gonna have him talk about the Gunna shit. We're gonna fucking call Kaiser Knot. We're gonna fucking call who else we gonna call? We gonna call what's my nigga? DDG. We're gonna call DDG. It's gonna be moonwalking in Calabasas. He's going to jail. Oh my mama! Oh my fucking mama! We're gonna fucking call everybody, man. It's gonna be a fucking AMP, a fucking DDG. Bro. Oh shit. We're gonna call fucking No Jumper. We're gonna fucking call DJ Vlad. You can have everybody in that motherfucker. It's gonna be the biggest fucking. This thing's going to justice. Bro. Hell no. This nigga going. That's how the nigga was looking. He was thinking, bro. Mama. Oh shit. All right. I'm gonna fucking have academics in there. Joe Budden. It's gonna be a podcast fest in that motherfucker. A screen fest. Nigga said Gunna for president. Everything Lydia turned out to spite. And then I'm gonna spite this blunt. Fuck y'all niggas, man. Fuck y'all hating ass niggas, man. I'm gonna spite this blunt, nigga. Shout out to my real niggas, man. Smash that like, gang. Smash the like. One thing. Smash the like. Smash the motherfucking like. Call me now. I don't know where my motherfucking bick is at, bro. But this little bullshit like this, it's no longer doing the job, bro. Big, bro. I need my big, bruh. All my smokers know we need that big. You need that big, nigga. Hold on, I gotta find that big. I gotta get that big. couldn't find my damn Bic, but I found some more lighters. Hopefully one of these motherfuckers got some spark to him, you feel? That bitch dead right there. That motherfucker dead. It's looking like we looking good. I ain't gonna count. Yeah, we looking hard. We in good shape. We in good shape. I need to find that Bic though. Man, these niggas, what? Aiden over there setting up his live stream for later face. Somebody need to create a meme with this nigga and Aiden Ross, bro. Whoever in here who know how to do memes and shit. That nigga was just like Aiden Ross. Smash that like button, man. We got 3,100 people in here, man. Some people left. We still in here. Fast. Oh yeah, I can fast forward. I'm high. All right. Okay, my bad. Okay, so it's live now. We all the way live. Them niggas just quiet, man. Them niggas just talk. They thinking. They ain't there thinking, man. They thinking. You feel me? Sometimes you gotta think. You gotta think, man. That shit sound like a classroom. Listen, I've been there though. I want RICO, but well, I was at trial. I went always to trial. So, and that shit is just fuck that shit, bro. Like felony shit, like they went big though. They got RICO. Them niggas went all the way big. Sound like a quiet ass library. Like ain't no games in that bitch.
Time to collect my.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, councilors, appreciate you all giving me some time to collect my thoughts on this particular issues. As it pertains to Farley's motion in regards to amended and special demurrer 7 duplicative counts. This court has considered that Farley is charged in count 1 acts 173 and 176, and counts 49, 50, and 51. And applying, as was mentioned, Williams 307, Georgia 778, these counts are not all the same, where they require different elements of proof, and Farley's motion on that particular issue is denied. As it pertains to the constitutionality of the gang statute, which is 1615-4, this court has considered the council's arguments, in particular Rodriguez versus the state, which is a seminal case dealing with the constitutionality of this particular statute. At 284 Georgia 803, the proponent, Mr. Farley, has not shown how Rodriguez is not constitutional. It's not. This particular statute deals with. It doesn't protect activity as authorized by the First Amendment in terms of freedom of association. So it's not a protected activity. So criminality and the prosecution thereof of that is different than the issues under the First Amendment in terms of freedom of association as authorized or guaranteed to us by the First Amendment. So Farley's motion on that issue fails as well. In terms of the motion to declare
fuck nigga. You forgetting we brothers. Show some, we supposed to be brothers. Remember on that, what was that? Men's Society, we supposed to be brothers.
24 dash 4-418, admissibility of gang activity. I agree with Mr. Carlson. The facial challenge fails under Brannon 267, Georgia 315, and the First Amendment challenge under Rodriguez fails. Our Georgia Supreme Court is dealt with that issue according in the case just cited. Mr. Farley has also challenged a number of issues involving 16-15-4, which prosecutes conduct, not associations, the court just mentioned earlier. 16-15-4B addresses behavior. 16-15-4M, in terms of the double jeopardy argument, there is no merger. I agree with Mr. Carlson for the and Ms. Rosenwasser for the propositions as stated in Nally versus the state at 335 Georgia Appeals 539, Lupo versus the state 300 Georgia at 233, and Anthony versus the state at 303 Georgia 399. In terms of the constitutional challenge of 418, the issue of uncharged misconduct, there is a built-in mechanism, as I talked with Mr. Farley's counsel, Mr. Menendez, about the issue of it requires the application of the 403 balancing test, and that also is found and is written by our appellate court in State versus McKinney. The Lexus site 202 Lexus 545 has been provided by Ms. Rosenwasser already. So the court is of the opinion and agrees that the issue is not nexus in his classification. So Farley's motion in those regards fails. And in terms of finally his constitutional classification of 418, the preamble, as our legislature has indicated before enacting 418, and that's 24-4-418, is the reason was that our state was in a state of crisis in terms of criminality. So 16-15-4 and 24-4-418, as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Menendez, that we certainly have 3 levels of constitutional review and review to challenge the constitutionality of statutes: highest strict scrutiny, intermediate scrutiny, and then rational basis. And since our legislature has indicated that the purpose of the statute is one of the specialized statutes in terms of public safety, public safety is a relatively low bar for a governing body to meet, and most statutes that are enacted for that particular purpose are found to meet that standard. And for those reasons, the court is going to deny your motion.
You said all
in
that
terms
just
of
to deny
constitutional
him,
classification.
man. 4 times.
So.
And this is
That,
every day.
I think I've ruled on everything at this point in time.
He
Mr.
literally got
Carlson
denied
and
from
Ms.
everything, right?
Rosenwasser,
Even
if you would
yesterday and day
prepare
before that.
a suitable order as quickly as possible
they're not showing Mr. Farley no love.
to permit us to go ahead and go ahead and let us enter that in the record. That would be greatly appreciative. Okay. All right.
Uncle Phil.
Mr. Johnson, you stood up for something?
Yes, Your Honor. As you were aware, we had joined in on Mr. Menendez's motion with regards to different counts in the indictment. I did not hear anything from the state as it relates to that. I know that the court just issued a ruling as it relates to the counts that Mr. Menendez brought up, but I did not hear anything as it relates to the matters that I brought up.
Which counts are you talking about for your?
435.
You want to address that, Madam or sir?
That nigga look tired. Judge, like he needs some rest, man.
I think this is Mr. Effinger. It's challenging only 34 and 35. Your Honor, I could just have a few moments to review.
I tell you what, I'm going to reset. Did you file a written motion, sir?
I told you. He about to say recess, bro.
Say again?
No, Your Honor, I joined in.
He tired. He looked tired as
It's
fuck.
new count, so I didn't know.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same issue because that count doesn't apply to you. It only applies to him. So you probably need to go ahead and reduce it to writing. But I'll go ahead and let her go ahead and do that. No, I won't take it up now, but, you know, because I'd like to go ahead and rule on. There are a lot of things I still have yet to rule on. So the way I can treat it, ma'am, I'll give you about 10 minutes, and then we can go ahead and finish that up, if you don't mind.
He gotta take a shit. He gotta take a shit. He gotta take a shit.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Council's,
He gotta take a shit.
Since I can't talk with all of you, can you all send a representative up here to the bench, please? And then the rest of you can pick one or two of you, and then I can go ahead and I'll talk with you.
He got. You need to, oh, they cut the mic. Let me go for it. They brought everybody up that bitch. Look at. Never mind. I'm gonna hit the live now, John. Damn. They clipped it? So that's where they clipped it at? They went on break. I told you the nigga went on break, man. They had to go on break, bro. Did they go on break? Let me see. Hold on. Judge had to take a shit, man. That nigga got a doo-doo. Fuck what y'all talking about. I got the shit. You know one thing about me, we got the shit, boy. Nigga better get out your way. You know what I'm saying? You better, I don't even want to talk, move. I don't even want to talk. Let me get to the bathroom, nigga. Fuck you mean? And nigga said, man, he was drinking that motherfucking Starbucks. That's what he was doing. Shitty booty shouted. Let me see if is 11 alive on. They just cut it. Yeah, they just fake cut the shit. They just cut it. It ain't on 11 alive or nothing. That's some ill shit. I'm about to finish playing this shit right here. Hold on, I ain't pressed nothing, did it? Let me know when they come back on. Press this shit. Finish watching.
Influence and criminal street gang activity.
I'm concerned with a human being who's wrongly charged. I knew right away that he's been targeted for 10 years by the prosecution. This is a wrong prosecution, and I will defend him.
You're saying your client is completely innocent.
Mr. Williams is wrongly charged on every single count.
The rapper who goes by Young Thug, he's accused of racketeering, making terroristic threats, theft, renting a car used in a murder, and participating in a criminal street gang as one of its organizers.
It does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target.
Prosecutors and DA, they're actually listening. They're watching social media accounts.
Is it back on?
They're pretty much tracking these artists nationwide.
YSL is a record label that started in 2016, and the prosecution is saying that the record label is connected to street gang activity.
So you said news source on Twitter said someone gave the judge the finger?
It also goes on to say that YSL is a criminal street gang that started in 2012 off of Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta. And it claims the founder of all of this, the mastermind, was Jeffrey Williams. Right now, what we're seeing play out is two different descriptions of who Jeffrey Williams is. One is being portrayed by prosecutors, and the other one is being described by those closest to him.
Yes. My YSL means young successful life because that's something that he has created. He is a young successful man himself, but also he is helping more young men and young women.
He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's king slime. He is the most dangerous of the 28, Judge.
Jeffrey Williams is a father, He is a son.
I've also started a company with Jeffrey called Young Stoner Life. I wanted to back him personally and professionally.
As the district attorney of Fulton County, my #1 focus is targeting gangs.
He's like the easy target. So if somebody gets arrested and gets in trouble and they want a deal, law enforcement officers are all too eager to say, well, tell us about Mr. Williams. Is he involved in this? What do you know about it?
The Jeffrey I know would take care of my kids. The Jeffrey I know will build a business and create multi-millionaires. The Jeffrey I know will make sure that his nieces and nephews and your nieces and nephews had the opportunity to go to school. So the Jeffrey they're talking about, I just don't know that Jeffrey.
So who's really on trial?
It's not about YSL. It's not about Gunna, Thug. This is about freedom of speech.
The danger to others and a danger to the community. I'm gonna set him for no bond at this point in time.
Jeffrey Williams is a hero, not a criminal.
How the fuck did they have a documentary? Is it back on, man? Did they put it back on? They didn't put it back on, bro. Did they put it back on? Hold on, let me look in the chat. Did they put it back on? It was on Fox 5. Oh, let me see. It was on Fox 5. That's what we were just watching. Yeah, 6 minutes ago. They just ended it, see? It just ended. So y'all know it's not me. So anybody in the chat talking shit about me, y'all better stick around, nigga. Stick around, because I'm not capping. See? It just ended it. This is what we were just watching it. Fox 5, nigga. Somebody in the chat told me it was on Fox 5. That's why the title is like that with Lucci, because I didn't think they was going to scream it today, and I was going to have a discussion about that. Like, that'd be crazy if in the trial Lucci come up, because I forgot him and Lucci was ops. So it was going to be just a fucking hypothetical fucking discussion. But then in the middle of like getting ready, we was watching that, and I was going to go on into that. Somebody was like, it's live right now. So I couldn't change it. I got to change it on here, but I'm not about to do all that right now while I'm on live. You know what I'm saying? Going to my dashboard and all that type shit. Like, there's nothing weird there, but just fuck it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it 100 with y'all, nigga. That's why I can't even be mad. And somebody was like, you're clout chasing. Like, I ain't even mean to even do it. We was really going to be talking about that. Like, and just like going chronicling the shit that came out about Yak Gotti standing on. If you don't know, like, them niggas was beefing. Like, Yak Gotti was standing on Wi-Fi and Lucci car and like putting on Instagram. Then that's the thing. Niggas put everything on the internet and get mad when niggas talk about it, bro. It's like, bro, you put it out. Why? The only reason people post shit is for people to see. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Real shit. Let me go to I'm gonna go to part 3. That was part 2 right there. Take that shit to motherfucking trap. How they got a fucking documentary already, bro? They be exploited. Hey, rap is like rap. I know it's already the most popular music, but it's like it brings so many people in the motherfucker. Hold on, that was the whole thing right there, huh? I don't know. I think that was the whole. It's already. I'm high. I didn't even know that was. I could look. Take that shit to a motherfucking trap. Niggas is like, yeah, you gotta take it to trial, my nigga. Cause they ain't trying to do that.
Hello, Tenno. We are launching cross-platform play for Warframe. We're thrilled that we got to finally launch this, and you'll be able to connect with Tenno all.
Go follow Young Wells and this motherfucker.
Jeffrey, I feel like I used to hate that name so much, but now I'm understanding the name.
It's protect black art, protect our rights, protect our freedom of speech, protect creative expression.
We need to protect freedom of speech, especially when it comes to art.
My art is not a reflection of my character.
So who's really on trial?
It's not about YSL. It's not about Gunna, Thug. This is about freedom of speech.
Came straight from the bottom to the top of my lifestyle. We ran on them digits, we ran on that money. We ran on them digits, we ran on that money.
And I came from penny pinch. Came out there struggling.
Hi, my name is Kevin Lyles. It's no secret that people of color are under attack every day.
The petition really started to spread like wildfire on social media. As soon as it was posted, so many prominent artists started to speak on behalf of it and why it's needed. And then it garnered more than 60,000 signatures. And what it really is trying to do is it's trying to make a case for rap lyrics that it does not, by any circumstances, belong in the courtroom.
Good morning, Mr. Jeffrey Williams. Be aware that on this calendar you are here because you have been indicted.
Yeah, the indictment says the lyrics show involvement in some of the crimes those people are accused of. But could there be First Amendment issues?
Who the hell is that?
Some of the crimes.
What channel? What news channel?
So those people are.
She looking like goddamn Jordan Sparks or something. Looking like some butter. Yeah.
Accused of, but could there be First Amendment issues?
Young Thug songs used as evidence with lyrics such as, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body.
If this is how the system treats them, then imagine how it treats other Black Americans day in and day out who aren't famous or well known.
When we see the Protect Black Art movement, it's in response to rap lyrics on trial time and time again. And what it's really doing is igniting decades-long conversation that we've been having.
We, the jury in above entitled action, find the defendant, Calvin Brodus, not guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
Now, the most notorious case involving lyrics in courtrooms is Snoop Dogg in 1996, where prosecutors ended up quoting lyrics in his legal case, and more recently, NBA YoungBoy's trial, where his music was also brought up in the courtroom by prosecutors, but the judge ended up excluding it as evidence. All those cases are just to name a few. The debate lies between artistic expression and real-life experiences, and what it really comes down to is who is interpreting and for what reason.
Gangster rap has become incredibly popular and profitable by selling lyrics about black-on-black violence.
So we're not against rap.
We're not against rappers, but we are against those thugs.
Art has to be dangerous for it to be interesting. And art has always been a sense of danger. It has some type of danger.
That's what music is. We are able to tell a story.
Right, please in the chat, man. Let me know when they come back to court, y'all. It was on Fox 5. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. They must don't got no experienced people that know how to scream and shit. You could even keep it to where the scream is still going, but there's nothing you can see. Like, them niggas is, I don't know what type janky ass shit they doing, but hey, I'm tripping because we can even see this much of the case, and this is hearings and pre-trial basically. But okay, this motherfucking hold on now.
With our lyrics. Whether it's their story or not, they're telling a story. So if you lose that art of storytelling, you're gonna lose the art of music.
They say you're poor cause you're black, right to your face.
Sometimes rappers, they exaggerate. Sometimes they say things that may not necessarily be true.
A lot of, if not most of, the artists come from the projects. They come from broken homes. So if that's the environment that you come from, that's what you're going to talk about.
I have some legal advice. Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used.
It should never be used in courtroom unless the prosecution can show that that lyric is a admission or confession.
Black art, it seems like that's the only form of art that's ridiculed in that way, where prosecutors are using.
A lot of times people can't separate reality from fiction. However, it's very easily done when we're talking about films, very easily done when we're talking about video games. people who created Grand Theft Auto, they're not being brought up on charges.
It's the rap music that creates this fear. It's not happening in other genre of music.
Johnny Cash said, I
shot a man in Reno
to watch him die. You know, I shot the sheriff.
I didn't shoot no deputy.
This ain't the first time, but it's rap music. And because it's rap music and it was born and bred out of some place that a lot of people don't understand, we're constantly attacked.
This is a nationwide conversation, but at the state level, with California, with New York, here in Georgia, with the legislation that's also proposed by Hank Johnson, there is this movement to protect lyrics from being used in courtrooms. And I feel like this is really the beginning. We're going to see it play out in other states as well.
I believe in the First Amendment. It's one of our most precious rights. However, the First Amendment does not protect people from prosecutors using it as evidence.
People are pulling lyrics from people's Instagram and their demo tapes and TikTok, and they're using this as evidence. We can't do that. It creates a horrible, horrible precedent. What's next?
Tried me, almost got popped in Linux. Ask the cops, ask the detectives, they know all the business. Ask the cops and the detectives of all the jurisdictions.
I'm using those lyrics. I'm going to continue to do that. People can continue to be angry.
When I first heard that song, I can't remember what song that was. That's a more newer Young Thug song, like within like 2 or 3 years. When I first heard that fucking song right there, him say that, I said, man, why the fuck you say that, man? That's kind of like when I first heard 50 Cent say, I kill you, I ain't playing. You hear what I'm saying, homie? I ain't playing. Catch you? He said, the DA can play the shit and motherfucking caught. I was like, damn, that was way back when 50 Cent was first. 50 Cent was like the most gangsterest nigga at one point. He was like crazy. He was a psych. Niggas looked at him like he was fucking crazy. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? But he actually was a smart guy. Shout out 50.
Agree about it?
There's a lot on the line, no matter which side of the spectrum you agree with.
It has become so controversial because the same lyrics that have made some of these artists famous, from a law enforcement standpoint, they're incriminating.
We have to ask ourselves, why is this the only art form that is spoken of being brought into court? I think it's an attack on culture more than anything.
It's not an attack on hip hop, it's an attack on crime. You can't say I'm an artist, but still have your feet in the street doing crime.
This may be a watershed moment in hip hop where artists may be more careful about what they put out, and also the labels as well.
If black art doesn't get protected, what will happen to the industry?
It's going to crumble, period.
Yo, how they got a documentary about Thug, though? Yo, if Thug beat this, if Thug beats this in any kind of capacity of even getting a little amount of years, he is going to be the shit whenever that's over with, his time, or if he come right home. He is all, like, bro, they got documentaries about this nigga already, bro. The news.
Yo, are you still trying to lose weight with exercise alone? Guys, it ain't gonna happen without...
They can't just air this type shit on their channel, for this their YouTube channel, but they probably showing this on TV too. Like, Thug is a big deal. He wasn't a little
the right
artist.
diet. That's why there's Nutrisystem for Men. They deliver the right foods with the right...
This ain't no rinky-dink artist. This ain't no janky... This nigga was on Billboard charts like last year around this time. Or yeah, right? Whenever I want to ask Siri, whenever fucking slime language, I was playing slime language too. I was playing that. I was riding to that. Slatty was my shit. Ski was my shit. So it was some. Oh, what was that Uzi one? That one was kind of like weird though. Uzi, yeah, I'm proud of you. Thugger, yeah. I'm like, y'all niggas is in love, but I don't know. Them niggas is in love. Uzi and Thugger. Oh, who heard that song, bro? Who know that song I'm talking about, bro? them niggas sound like they was in love, bro. I'm like, y'all niggas in love. I remember that. I'm telling you, I remember the album, bro. Like, it was, he had so many different features and shit on there. But, it's back on. Let me see. It says on Nina page. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm not gonna shut out Nina though. I'll fuck with Nina. I don't think that shit on, bro. Nina boy might be watching like the beginning of that shit. Is it? Yeah, that shit not on, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna put last hour. I think I'm gonna put live. It wasn't Nina boy. You said Nina boy? Let me see. I'm gonna see if Nina's watching it right now. There's so many people watching it. Hold on, what the fuck? Let me see. This might be old. So Nina boy, let's see. Maybe he got the plug on that shit. Damn, this shit taking forever to load. Not on live. They not live, is they? Are they live? I don't think they're live, bro. It would pop up. I'll just hold on. Here go Fox 5. What is on some random other channel now? I mean, some other like news channel. Yeah, it's not on, bro. That shit is not on. That's from yesterday. Yeah, that shit is not. Yeah. They're on break. We still in there though.
Jeffrey, I feel like I used to hate that name so much, but now I'm understanding the name.
We locked in. We locked in. We are.
Mr. Williams, good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Given what's been proffered thus far, I'm going to set him for no bond at this point in time. I'm not going to grant bond at this point in time. I'm going to deny bond at this time.
Oh, that's the original judge? Bruh. He the original judge. He don't fuck with them. He deny everything and block everything. Bruh, that's the original fucking judge, bro. He been the judge the whole time, bro. Bruh.
What does that say about the state of the culture?
I don't think it says anything about the state of the culture. I think what does it say about the state of our judicial system? And our country constantly reminds us every day how you are black. You have a permanent tattoo, therefore you will be treated differently in this country.
Now is the time to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize.
But keep your feet underneath you. Keep moving.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
When it's black men in America, is it often guilty until found innocent?
Absolutely.
Tell me about that.
Absolutely. I think that, the black men have always been, the criminals or the villains that society could hang their hat on. Anytime there's a crime being committed, if someone says a black person did it, they stop looking for any other option.
If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down.
Unfortunately, black men in our communities, in the poor sections of our communities, have been socially, politically, and economically and academically alienated. I wonder why, as a community, we're not seeing the bigger picture of, is that our culture? I think as a community, we're missing an opportunity to actually evolve our culture and change some things systemically.
We are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime.
He's the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that is King Slime. This nigga sound like he on a fucking Batman movie. I'm King Slime. You gonna die, King Slime. You heard this nigga say that shit? And this bitch, that's a whole, you know what?
We are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime.
Why does hip hop oftentimes feel like public enemy number one in courtrooms? Is it because it's misunderstood?
Well, for one, because it's honest.
Growth is a hell of a thing when you're allowed to grow.
I'm going to deny bond at this time.
This is a system not built to help you. I was a part of the problem myself. I grew up, single parent home, hood, locked up at 18, faced, all types of consequences because of my actions.
They don't want to see themselves as being part of the problem. They don't want to see themselves as ignoring a community that needs help when they have an opportunity and an ability to help them. It holds the mirror up.
But nobody's tackling the thing that causes all of this stuff, which is lack of education, poverty, value systems. Nobody wants to touch that stuff.
But why isn't this story being told?
Why isn't this story being told? Why is that story being told so much? What I have seen is a young man bring himself, his family, and the people around him up from nothing. And he's been selfless in doing so. That's what I saw.
This has been a conversation that's been happening for a long time. And what people like Kevin Liles are trying to do is connect the dots of societal issues and how this is a multi-layered problem that needs to be addressed systemically.
The violence erupted after the acquittal of 4 white policemen in the beating trial of black motorist Rodney King.
We thought we saw the worst of it with Rodney King, but now we know we didn't. But now they're locking us up because of the very lyrics that 90% of the world loves today. We still have a systemic racist problem here in America. And
why they playing on my nigga Thugger Top? They keep playing that at the cop. They keep playing that one part Ask the cops and the detectives. They know all the why they keep playing. They play about
I think that Protect Black Art is a movement to help get through this side of it, but that we have more things to deal with.
So you look at hip hop, you listen to it, you're influenced by it, but do you really understand what you're listening to? Do you know what it's a reflection of? Do you know what that person survived?
They're not trying to protect you, but you should be trying to protect yourself. The game is, to be honest, get in this, get all the money, all the relationships, you know what I mean? And then go do something that can fortify generational wealth.
Listen, guys, this is what he does. I've been how to rap. Nobody didn't believe me.
You could say this is a deep dive into the life of Jeffrey Williams. You could also easily say this is a backwards domino effect into how we got here today and how we're hoping to spark the type of conversations that we're not seeing in the headlines.
Willis's case has proved controversial not for taking on violence, but for something she's doing in court, criminalizing art, poetry, and lyrics as evidence.
It's not justice for all. It's justice that's to make it make sense for those of us who are not us.
These are serious times. They're serious allegations, and it is my opinion that violence in our community deserves maximum penalties.
I just want to say thank you to all my friends and my family for coming out and supporting us. And for your support during this time in the last
Man, please hit that like button, bro. Please hit that like button, gang. Please, if you ain't hit that motherfucking like button one time for the gang, please hit it for that snow gang. No gang, you hear me?
Jeffrey, I feel like I used to hate that name so much, but now I'm understanding the name.
Monsters, with YouTube Premium, you can download videos. We're still watching. Get YouTube Premium.
We just came to party. We just.
Ain't no. They just cut the court like that, bro. I mean, it is 4:30. I'm just saying though, they motherfucking just cut the court, the camera like that. Is it over with? Ain't nobody find it yet? Cause it is almost 5. You know, court over at 5 for us. Sometimes they'll drag it to like 6, 5:36, but court over at 5. Damn, that's all we got to see. I mean, we did get a nice amount. And like if y'all missed the court session, go back into the rewind the screen back. Shout out everybody in the chat, man. Where everybody from here, man? Where y'all cities and states, man? Where y'all from? Let me shout everybody out. See where everybody tapped in from, man. All my niggas, man. Where everybody from in this bitch? Might as well do it one time for Thugger, man. Where y'all from, man? I'm gonna drink some motherfucking water.
YSL for life.
What time for Thugger? Y'all know what the fuck going on, dude.
We got London on the track. Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on the money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm living like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I talk lots of shit like my bitches are dangerous. They didn't know me once, so I left them with wishes. You know it's a drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, I swear to God, on Luke, ain't kicking. Money, turn it up, mama, gon' slam her some dope, her hair great like a grandma. You know my ice blinking like OJ like a panda. Roll it, hold it, I couldn't control, shout it like a channel. My racks are squeaking on that pot and I hop in that Rari, I crank on like water. Horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. when it's gon' keep going. When you die, somebody else was born. But at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran over money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'ma move me some dough like confusion. I'ma go in that bitch with a ruler. I'ma toast me a nigga like Schroeder's. I'ma keep a red flag cause I'm booler. I know some rollers, braces like a duelist. Yeah, I'm screaming on my car like cooler. When I snort it, I feel like I was aborted. If I ever ordained it, baby, better to drop was bored. I been getting money before the music for Pandora. I just do this shit when I get bored. Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? When you die, somebody else was born. But at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. We got London on the track.
Man, so what? Did they just cut the fucking live? They cut the fucking live, son. Them niggas crazy, bro. How they gonna chop a nigga down with the chopstick, man? Fuck you mean, what? Yeah, that shit ain't live no more, I guess. And it's almost 5. It's almost 5 any goddamn way. You know, 5 o'clock, like I said, 5 o'clock, court over at 5 o'clock. Pretty much everywhere in the United States. It might drag to 5:36. Maybe. Just maybe. They chop that. They chop it down, that shit. ATL 573 was happening. Yeah, Sirski. We run on them digits, we run on them money. We run on them digits, we run on them money. They went home. Waco, Texas, what's happening? Shout out Waco, Texas in this bitch. Well, how close is Waco, Texas to like Houston, or what's the closest other city to Waco? Cause I be hearing about Waco, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? How close is that? Like, where is that at? Like, I got a piece of a blunt too. No Sirskis. No Sirskables. No fucking Sirskables, you bitch. That's what we going with. We finna go here with it. Y'all know we going with it, man. Y'all my motherfucking best friends in this bitch. Dallas. Oh, Dallas is close. Shout out Arkansas. Oh, you repping? Oh, it's 3 hours from Houston. Man, hey, look, y'all my best friends, man. You feed? I'm about the motherfucker. It's about this blunt. Free Thugger, man. So I'm guessing court is adjourned for the day. It's about 5. I mean,
this is my best friend. Where yours at?
YSL like bitch. Yeah, fuck you, I'm on everything else.
I want y'all to go fucking crazy when that beat drop. You did.
Free to go.
Yeah, who your best friend?
That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Big old booty bitch, message from Texas.
Whoa.
I'ma skeet all the niggas gon' catch me. And that's my best and my best and my best friend. Nigga living TTG and everything is still on.
Whoa!
That bitch rolling with me, she gon' smile and she on.
Whoa!
$100,000, I might pay my shit on.
Let go!
Take the butt, scoop,
whoa!
swag. G, that Woody, that wolf. Supply your bitch, I got pistols, no wolf. I want tacos that'll make it. Helicopter chopping with the bug. Stuck the rice inside the building. Man, that other side, nigga, curves. And my reefer louder than the speaker. Yeah, my niece is hanging with the beater. If you ever find a better keeper. 37 cameras for the sneaks. Going out like awesome in the city. Send a car, I can't wait in the street. Forcing your hoe, I can't wait to mislead. Can't beat them, they my turn up. That's my best friend. Big old booty bitch messes from Texas. Whoa. I'm a skeet all the nigga against you. That's my bestie, my bestie, my best friend.
One more time.
Nigga living TTG.
Hey man, rest in peace to my nigga George, man. I just want to say rest in peace to you, bro. You the first person, you put me on to this song, bro. I wish you could be here to see all this shit, man. It's going on a few years since I lost you, my nigga. Man, I love you, my nigga. But yeah, this is one of my favorite songs right here, man.
And everything is still on. Baby rolling with me, she gon' smile cause she on.
You ready, slide? Now turn the fuck up.
Let me tell you how I spent a couple. Whoa! How to come back on and lean on money. Don't do no talking when you say you better. I got 100 bitches, I can't wait to replay. Mike Jackson, nigga, Dr. Jackson. Whoa! Stop burning. Whoa! Be a horny coat, I'm pulling at the pools. Bitch, I'm pulling. Now I can't get arrested, cause I'm talking about my turn up, I'ma put that bitch in the bar. I'm a dog, they get mother, sister, go. He don't lucky charms and give me what I got in your cup. Got my blood, wear my book. That was what's up. Don't have blood. See that drug. One more time. That's my best friend, that's my best friend. Big old booty, bitch messes from Texas with Nixon. I'ma skeet all the nigga, come catch you. And that's my best and my best and my best friend. One more time. Nigga living TTG and everything is still on. Baby rolling with me, she gon' smile and she on. $100 one more time. One more time. Man, my nigga George, man. My nigga put me on to that song, man. R.I.P. my nigga, bro. I didn't even know he listened to Young Thug. Like, you would have never thought that nigga listened to that. So I guess court is over for the day. So I'm not seeing nobody telling me it's back on or nothing. There's only reruns right now. Shout out to everybody on their rerun game. I ain't mad at you. But you know what was lit though? I was watching this the other night with the headphones in, bro. I was watching this the other night. This shit right here, I remember when I first seen it, bro. This made me listen to Slime Language, the album. This is the shit that put me. I was like, man, let me play that shit in the car and see what it sounds like. Yeah, that motherfucking song. Yeah, this was the one. Shout out Gilly and Wallow. I had been fucking with them, but when they was only, I was fucking with them when they didn't even have guests on their show. When this is 2019, I was fucking with Gilly and Wallow. They was cracking barely 100,000 views type shit. Like them niggas was on their grind, heavy. But yeah, this right here is lit. This is lit. I ain't gonna lie. Only nigga that's missing was Gunna. Gunna was the only one missing, bro.
What's understood does not have to be motherfucking explained. We control the motherfucking vibes. 31st #1 motherfucking record. The biggest. YSL is up in the
Shout out
stuff.
you, Richard. I see you. RP.
Woo! Spider. 6. Yeah. Press out one for sure, you gon' need 3 promoters. I got the body from Jim Ellis, but I had switched the motor. I got these badass bitch run around this bitch, they all the coldest. Yeah, I just told her make a story. Yeah, I just bought all the Trojans. Yeah. I told her style my mix. I told her stop telling everything she seen and told her meet me at the Ritz. I got baguettes in the back of my ring and I went in trying to hit. I told her she gotta run through the team before she can talk to the lid. Lamb chop, I just pulled up in some food. I told her mama tie all my shoes. Showed her 2 million cash, now she woozing. 20 watches and I'm still snoozing. I had came up out the trenches, then I had beat a few bodies like Boosie. She said you Merkle, I show you my coochie. I had to sing to this bitch like Latusi. Yeah, let's go. Bitch got a backwood on her nightstand. She must be fucking with Gunna. Yeah. I fuck with slats and we call it E-Rex. And I came with some fucking piranhas.
All the bitch Scotty, I got in my way. Need somebody grow me a tree. Came out the hood in my truck, got a hood now. Crack out the car with no keys. Beat it, she for the street knee. Only one she got hit at the street knee. I feel a little rich this week. Influence my family to not be cheap. I told her FN on me. Carnation just a Glocky key. Do rollin' 60, locked in seats. Me rollin' that coupe with a bucket seat. Got it up mine like a football clean. I use a drop out of that photo G. Call it up plug and he know what I need. Stay on the knee so we hardly speak. Yeah.
Oh, they clipped us. They try to clip us. But see, that's crazy. Why was Gunna not there? That's something like the only thing that was missing was Gunna. What?
Yeah, I'm in New York counting shmoney. Yeah, ain't the summer, but I'm stuck.
Maybe he was in New York counting shmoney. Maybe Gunna. I just said where Gunna was at doing this episode. Maybe he said I'm in New York counting shmoney. Maybe he was in New York counting shmoney, and I just ain't know that because that ain't my motherfucking business to know if he was counting shmoney and motherfucker.
So we hardly speak. Yeah, I'm in New York counting shmoney. Yeah, ain't the summer, but I'm stunning. Yeah, one of these boys wanna love me. Yeah, now white people no love be dubby.
Yeah, let's go.
Bitch had an X stain on her jeans. I know she fucking with others.
Yeah. I fuck with slats and we call it E-Rex. And I came with some fucking piranhas.
No, the next song is why I played this.
Hop in the Benz, hop out the Porsche, hop in your friend, after your door.
Look at Lil Key right there, behind Gilly, with the white coat on.
I'm in the gym, of course, I didn't care, I'm at the scene, yeah, knock on your boy, yeah, keeping it clean, drink with a bean, I got your team, popping a bean, yeah, I got a bag, that ain't enough, my left wrist clean, yeah, they just tough, I killed this, man, in front of his mama, like fuck lil' bro, so in the company, I kick my shit, but ain't no point, I front my wrist, that ain't enough, now fuck my bitch, tillin' ain't nothing, I shoot, I blank, still ain't cooking, I pat my money, killin' I needed a trace, yeah, killin' I needed a trace, I'm about to cut out the cake, yeah, black diamonds, Martin Luther King, black, I had to break in the safe, yeah, and I didn't leave him a trace, yeah, I had to break in the safe, yeah, I been the mama the rain, yeah, I been in jail, I just been going in days, whoa. Baby, mama jello would be, I look like a dad, whoa, she got get on her purse, it look like a red, look like a motherfucking red, 300K out of Turks and I'm still in my bag, slat it, I'm in a Benz, pop out the Porsche, hop in your friend, after your daughter, slat I'm in the gym, of course, I didn't care, I'm at the scene, yeah, knock out your boy, yeah, keeping it clean, drink with a maniac, got your team, in the beat,
That's at your body like science, like Leo. Give you my word, then I gotta deliver. Bet they gon' know when the slime in the building. How that's the I mean, hot like the skillet. Creeping up, crawling, no, I was just kidding. Gangsta, cause you got a body body, little nigga. Magazine clip, so you might get your issue. You think you gangster cause you got a pistol. Bye bye Felicia, good for your body, so they gotta eat it. I ain't you got it, but I'm not a vegan. Flathead to pull up the 100 to 6. Running for 12, then I jumped in the fence. Blood on my bottom like riding Richie. Thinking my trigger start itching. Right with JT, she say point blank and period. When I aim at you, it's point right, no miss. And your grands will come out of your bush. Pick up that trip and I bet I start tripping. Bet I start tripping like I get a wreck. My son, he a crip, keep that slat like a crash. Slat, 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 slat. I'm in a Benz, I'm in a Porsche. I be your friend, I be your daughter. Slat, 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 slat. You can't relate. You put the hood, I was running. Stepping this spot, had fish punk cake. Can't be a slummy, got bitch one trick. She wanted that fuck, but I left LA. A savage, I bought her my new AK. My birthday, I ran out that STK. We smoke out the building, don't care what they say. Look at the wrist, I done got rich off of politics. Canary yellow, I got a piss. Bitch nigga brunch, I had fishing tricks. One that big bag, I don't penny. Bitch, told her test, come inside your stick. I paid a half for that Glock with the switch. Guarantee me if I pop it, won't miss.
I shot at your mans. None of that shit wasn't planned. I fought this bitch and a friend. Both of them bitches that came on my pants.
My nigga, love dude.
Be trippin', little niggas ain't none of my niggas ain't rockin' no bands. He mad at me cause his bitch is a fan. Do what I want and he do what he can. I put that bitch in the fickle for too many vibes, so it's hard to pick a hoe. Came from the bottom, I used to be broke, I was trapping and I used to trap at the liquor store. I bet it all on the tenderfold. Drop all the pack, that's a give and go. Now when I rap on the track, it's a tenor mode. I'm in the club with the Glock, it's extended. Tennis so dark, they can't see who was in it. Niggas ain't catching that, these niggas rented. YSL, we going overboard. Flood everywhere like it's extension cord.
Damn, it's fucking over with, bro. It's over with, bro. This is recipes Lil Key. Look at Lil Key. Recipes Lil Key. It's over with. Lil Key died. It's over with. Hey, Lil Key. Hey. Oh. Lil Key the one that sound just like Doug. Damn, bro. It's over with, bro. Duke, yeah, Lil Duke. Santos said, goodbye, Thugger. It was nice seeing you. Damn, bro. I look like a dad, whoa. I look like a dad, whoa. That nigga, bro, that's the end of it, bro. There's no more YSL, bro. Come on, gang. You said skip to 32 minutes in this interview? All right, let's see. What 32 minutes at? Okay, who is that? Ajante? No, not to fucking say your name, but you. Okay. 32 minutes. Commercial.
Yeah.
I seen this interview, but I haven't seen it in a minute.
Said I love you, ain't it crazy how my words might.
Differently, the young niggas do dumb shit. The old niggas did dumb shit when they was young niggas. Everybody do it, but it's like now it's like a motherfucker tell you, yeah, I'm juiced up. I got 120 in me. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little different. When Gil was shooting dope, he ain't really what? Oh, my fault. My fault. No, when you was shooting in your feet, you ain't.
That nigga put that hard in the feet.
Yeah, he put
That's
that
crazy.
shit in. Cause he ain't want nobody to see it in his arms.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he ain't want to have the scars, but it was cool. It was a rough moment for him, and I was there to support him. I didn't, you know what I mean?
Man, you done prison, man.
No, when I was before I went.
Nigga was first of all he got locked up at 10, then he got locked up at 12, then what? 15?
Always got locked
then
up.
17.
You went to jail when you was 10?
I went to jail when I was 11.
11.
Well, you burnt the fuck out. What the hell you do?
We was always robbing. It was always a rob game. Listen, I'm gonna be straight up, Thug. Like a lot of us, man, we be
We did 20 years.
All right, we back on. Hold on. What's this? Oh no, this some fucking Ukrainian bullshit, man. no damn court on, nigga. Ain't no motherfucking court on, bro. See, I'm not about to listen to nigga now. You fucking up the vibe. I'm trying to see what motherfucking, what the hell I'm trying to see. Court ain't on, nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, 20. I did 5 first, then I did 20. I did 5 in the juvenile system. I did 20 in the penitentiary.
And I went. So court ends everywhere at 5, and it's on the East Coast. So, you know what I'm saying?
Really did more time in prison than you
I
ever did
on the earth. On the earth. That's why a lot of times when some of y'all young niggas, when some of y'all young niggas in here that still be living that shit, I don't be talking to y'all on Instagram as some square ass lame ass nigga. I'm talking to y'all as a nigga that been in a prison yard and see little young boy come in with his tattoos on his face, and he like, oh gee, I'm like, what's up? You know Keisha from where? They don't know, but that's your mom? Yeah. She said, could you call her? Call her. Damn, yeah, he got a shooting. Then I go back, young boy, let me see your paperwork. He like, yeah, how much time? Like, when I'm going home?
Shit.
2073.
Cease.
And now all the gangster shit gone. The homies gone.
Oh, that's what you was saying. Why is it keep showing the what's the name? Oh, who was that said that? Who was that said that shit? That was, good fucking, good shit, yo. Appreciate that, Brilliant Ward TV. I don't even know. I won't even look into the chat. Hey, okay, I see what you wanted to play this for. Or they
like, when I'm going home?
Shit.
2073.
Cease.
And now all the gangster shit gone. The homies gone. The bitch is gone. Ain't nobody. So when I'm on there, I'm speaking from a place of trying to get niggas some real game. Cause I'm gonna tell you some shit, thug. It's lonely than a motherfucker in there. And when life goes on, your family dying. So when I'm seeing the young niggas, and certain niggas hit me, I DM and give them some game. I'll be trying to lay it on it because like, I ain't the nigga that's gonna say, here, youngin, take this pistol, take this package. I ain't gonna put you on no dummy mission. And the problem is so many niggas is scared of y'all. I'm not scared of no young niggas. Because I'm not coming at you in the wrong way. I'm coming at you the way your daddy ain't come at you, the way your uncle couldn't come at you, because them niggas was dead in prison. So I ain't gonna be on the gram talking some sucker shit to you, just like I checked the young nigga in here. I don't know who it was. If like you rappers, like the artists, if you don't want to be an artist, take it to the streets. But don't bring the dumb shit in the game trying to prove that you're a fucking real nigga, and while you proving that you're a real nigga, you gonna finesse yourself out of position and out of opportunity that can change your family and generations in your family life. Y'all getting money that niggas never got, though.
Bro, this is crazy. He told this. I forgot he did tell. Wallow be kicking. He did this to Lil Durk. He started crying with Lil Durk. Damn. I mean, it was too late by then, I guess.
I'm talking about the legends. Shout out to all the legends that made it possible. They got burnt, fucked up contracts. You know what I mean? Ain't never seen 30,000 one time. Shout out to all them. But y'all getting money, so when
had 1,000 hits.
So when I speak to the young,
1,000 hits.
Yeah. So
still living in the projects.
Yeah, some of them died off. So when I'm speaking to niggas, I'm speaking to young niggas like, yo, man, fuck if you ain't trying to hear, nigga. I'm gonna keep giving it to you. One day this shit might catch you. But don't wait until it's too late and you got that phone, that burner phone, and you on Instagram, and I done told you how your life gonna go.
And they're going.
And now you got 60 fucking years. Your brother know what time it is. His life, that motherfucker right now could be sitting in the cell with a phone like, damn, man, my brother out there living the life. They out there living. He was in that cell. His life was almost gone. On some, for being a real nigga. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of these young cats, they not being real niggas because they real niggas. They being real niggas because they feel as though if I don't come across as a real nigga gonna think I'm pussy. So niggas really be scared, thug. Like niggas be really scared but a scared nigga kill you too. So my thing is be like this, man. For all you young niggas out there,
I ain't gonna lie, Thug look a little uncomfortable. I remember this too. He looked a little uncomfortable. I don't know if because the nigga trying to kick some game to him and all that, but he look a little like, maybe that's how he is. I don't know him personally, so maybe, I don't know.
Moving and operating, figure a lane out, because the street game is about creating an exit plan. It was designed so we get some money, figure out a way and get an exit plan. And you in the street games, to make money, not headlines. So all that goofy shit that you on, and I'm not encouraging nobody to be out there. But if you out there, don't be fucking with them women and them kids, man.
Wow. Hey. That nigga Wallow he gonna tell you like it is though. Wallow did some shit of time. He did hella time. He did a bid. Like he did a bid. I'm comfortable for 2 seconds.
Stop being a pussy and go at who you gotta go at.
Right.
If I got a problem with Thug, I'm going at Thug. I'm not going at Duke. I'm going right at him, nigga. Where you at? I ain't gonna go shoot up your brother that's going to school that's a square, nigga. I'm just saying.
Talk to him.
I'm just saying, but
I had one girlfriend, man. Her name RICO.
Oh, what'd you say?
That's a beautiful thing. One girl.
What was this?
She behind you. And let me ask
you.
She behind you. You know that the hint. She behind you.
The boss. Listen. That's when you know a nigga whip the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, it's certain things you. Listen,
I'm the man.
Listen, it's certain things. Hey, Thug, I just gotta say one thing.
Her motherfucking ass whipped up.
Hold up, I just gotta say one thing, Thug.
Now you know you done fucked up, right?
Now listen, you just said I only had one girlfriend, and that's Rika.
Yeah.
That nigga, she fucked.
She got them taking twisted like an Annie Ann's pretzel.
Sell whatever you put. You know what I mean, this, that, and the third. But I ain't even going to front.
But it's cool. Two got me fucked up.
I would have said that shit too. I would have said the same shit. I ain't even.
Two got me fucked
your
up.
white toe. You know what I'm saying?
A nigga in the park, fresh out of some Air Force Ones.
Fresh
on
out the
on a 90-degree day.
Fresh out the one. Slurp them motherfucker.
Nigga with athlete's feet all in his mouth.
No, you know what? It's a different type of thing.
But listen, I'm gonna keep it on with you. You telling young niggas some good shit on the gram, but you tell them niggas some bullshit too, man.
Like what?
This nigga was in the park. It's 90 degrees out in the summertime. He whip his woman feet out. Some niggas, young boy, would you kiss your women feet? Nigga, what? What the fuck are you talking
about? But she fresh out the one, no socks. Crazy. You couldn't do that. One thing I can say, bro, I respect your wife, bro. Like,
yeah, she the shit.
She's solid.
She not playing out here.
She's solid. I done went up across her page and shit. She's solid.
I ain't playing no games. But listen, that's why I sucked them motherfucking toes in the park. And it was 190 out there that day. Who gives a fuck? Niggas, you know what's crazy? These niggas be on their toe. Oh, you did it. Nigga eat a bitch ass out till she pass out. Niggas be out here capping.
Nigga eat a bitch ass out till she pass out.
Niggas be capping. These niggas be capping. Duke and all them niggas out here running around. Come on, man. They talking. Oh, man, I ain't going. Man, come on, man. You're like they ain't eat
that boo down.
They eat some bad pussy, too. Nigga eat some bad pussy.
You try right now. I'm only licking one girl toe right now. How many you gonna lick in your life?
Eat them toes.
I know it's one girl right now. You might be licking that with your girl toe. So I ain't licking that with one set of toes right now.
Oh, that's all?
Right,
No girl.
That's cap.
That's cap.
That's cap.
One cap.
Man, you know, man closer to 40 than 30.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
old head and shit.
He on some other shit.
Ate some toes.
He on some other shit.
Yeah.
Is it a bad thing to lick your girl toe?
It's a great thing.
They walk on the rock.
Is it? I was just saying.
They walk on the rock.
Oh, baby J, come here, girl. Yeah, you always fucking with them. You got them young boys, boy. They stay around Baby J. Baby J, the young bull killer. I seen a lot of you young niggas around Baby J too. Come here, girl. Come here, girl. Give me a fucking hug. You got Baby Jade in the house. Big Facts Podcast Atlanta. Come here, girl. Look at you. Me. Them young boys. I be seeing them young boys around you, Baby Jade.
They be blitzing her like it's 4
They
inches.
be happy as shit around Baby Jade. Them young motherfuckers. I see it. But listen, man. Go ahead.
Thug.
Oh. Before we go any further, y'all.
They say go ahead.
A lot of you guys out there can't make it to the fourth quarter. Some of them show
do an
Can do it
from me. These and you going. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you something.
She's going to the promised land.
You hear me?
You say you let it dry and then you're gonna make her fly. You let it dry and then you're gonna make her fly.
Well, not right now.
Hey, you see that fucking, you see all the fucking boxes going. Everybody's like this. All the young niggas talking about, let me see, what it do?
What they going crazy?
Motherfuckers taking 3. Look what they do.
Now,
oh, yeah, I got you over here.
Hold up, y'all.
Oh, here, wink that.
Kanye said
Oh,
doing
here,
work
wink
on
that.
titties.
OG winked at me.
Now, one thing about Roman Swipes, what we're going to do, we're going to hook you up. $5 when you subscribe to a package, monthly package. And listen, all you got to do is go to getroman.com/game. We're going to take care of you right now. We're going to change your life. We're going to change your woman life. And I'm telling you, if she don't respect you, you're going to be a big stepper after this. I promise you that. I'm telling you, I promise you that. He tested it on Gil. He changed his life. You know what I mean? Because he was a 2-quarter man.
He was almost out of there.
He was 2-quarter, but take him to 4th quarter. He's a Hall of Famer. He's in the halftime. He's doing his thing, but that's another story. But now let's get into some other shit.
I'm just gonna click random stuff and something I'm sure is gonna come to.
I've been said I was gonna get premium for so long. I still ain't get no goddamn premium. I ain't nothing in my.
Next.
Probably about one more week. So all the artists, probably like 12, 15 artists on the label, goddamn. Probably like one more. I'm gonna let this album ride probably like the rest of this week. Next week, I'm just gonna drop an album every week, all the artists. So by the time summer start, like
who dropping first?
First is Trench, the latest artist. Let him come first.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, young Trench.
Pop your shit real quick. Come on.
Yeah, full blown stuff.
Pop your shit. Come on.
Pop my shit.
Nigga, tell him who the fuck you is, where you from. Talk that shit.
I'm YTB Trench. I'm from Cincinnati.
Believe that.
Okay. I mean,
Ohio on the motherfucking building, man. Believe that.
Oh, let me tell you who I got right back. No shirt on. Come on, talk that shit, nigga. Tell him who you is, nigga.
Used to get fucked up, and I took that shit to trial, and I say Slatter, cause Slat on my trigger finger. It's Slat got it, a.k.a. Yak got it, you dig what I'm saying? And y'all know how I'm coming. Ain't no telling when I'm up, but I'm up, so that's how we coming.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, when the whole gang go, I'm up, so that's how we coming. You did?
Talk that shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Duke. Come on, Duke, talk
Slatsky.
that shit.
Yeah, it's your boy Big Duke.
Big Duke, nigga. Fucking wrong with you, nigga. Fucking wrong with you. Hold on, Duke. Hold on for 1 second. Slap the shit out you, man.
Thug.
Big fucking Duke.
Hold up, y'all.
nigga.
Hold up. Players fuck up too.
Right.
Players fuck up.
They do.
They fuck up. Go ahead, Duke. Talk your shit.
Yeah, it's your boy Big Duke 60.
Who the sexy?
Yeah, when a bitch get through, I'm done, over with.
Yeah.
I'm dropping, man, my album called Duke Hefner, and I'm dropping real soon, probably in a couple of weeks. Shit up.
2 weeks.
Up.
Next week we're going Trench, then we're going Duke. Then we're going then we're going Got It. Key talk to him.
Key, come on.
Doing
Man.
Dolly.
Talk your
Going
shit, man.
Too Fly, the boy Too Fly.
Hey,
Pop your titties.
Him. Nameless.
Yes,
Man, I didn't hear that one.
Talk to him, man. Prince line, the only Prince around this motherfucker. Right. See what I'm saying? Key talk to him too, coming out soon. Okay. Number trap shit, back to the basics.
Right.
And by the way, he don't know the whole name. He don't know her name, and she just was there. I don't know her name either, but that's another story.
You told on me back in the day, nigga.
What? I ain't telling on you. What the fuck are you talking about? You know?
Who else we got in this motherfucker?
FN, we got DW.
Come on. They go.
You got B Slime.
Oh, the FN Dilla.
Be down.
Be down.
Hey, make sure y'all say where y'all from, man.
The FN Dilla, I'm from the south side of Atlanta.
I believe that South Side Atlanta, huh?
Young nigga,
Come on.
That nigga Gilly wants some real OG shit. Hey, make sure y'all niggas say where y'all from, man. Real Philly shit, man. Where the fuck y'all niggas from, man? Fuck you talk, that nigga. Hey, this nigga Gilly real OG nigga.
Hey, make sure y'all say where y'all from, man.
The FN Dilla, I'm from the south side of Atlanta.
I believe that South Side Atlanta, huh?
Thug got a chance. Yeah,
Come on.
He got that young nigga got pain. He got real stressing. He's stressing on every song.
The camera's on me.
Go ahead, talk that.
Okay.
Hold up.
Nigga, we pulling money out. That's what we doing, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga, the fuck is you talking about? We ain't the only one pulling out money, nigga. That's what we doing, nigga. Nigga, fuck is you talking about, nigga? We pulling out money, nigga. Hold up, let me talk my shit first. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, I'm Lil Do It to him, nigga, from the west side of Atlanta, nigga. My album coming out now. Check my album out. I Shoot You in Broad Daylight Part 1, nigga. YSL.
That's on God.
Hey, look.
Look, Jenny trying to see I can win that. They got some hundreds in this phone. Tear his stupid ass up.
Hey, look. For all my folk, all my people, they know what to call me. Be dying. For everybody else, it be slime. You know what I'm saying?
Believe that.
Ain't nothing bigger than us. Ain't nothing bigger than us.
First of all.
You know, it's family. You know what I'm saying?
For anything.
And like, you know, we're gonna pop it every time. That's all.
Let me put my little money in my pocket. I'm sorry for disrespecting the vine.
You like the gamble? I need them.
Nigga, I shoot your lights off. You know I put them funny dice down. I don't want to. I gotta make it out of here tonight. But I'm gonna say this though. I don't know if y'all out there, the viewers out there, to just watch what happened. Oh yeah, come on, man. Nigga, that's my hoe. You know nigga was in jail. You know all niggas was in jail is my nigga.
We definitely know it.
Come on, nigga, talk that shit, nigga.
Lorraine, you know what I'm saying? Lorraine.
AKA Mr. Fox 5, man. Yeah.
Mr. Fox.
They try to get that nigga life right there. He back.
Gave it to him.
Bounce back, huh?
They gave it to him.
Come on.
He gave it back.
Come on, talk your shit, girl.
That motherfucking door, hot door.
They gave that nigga life and they gave it back, and then that's crazy.
The latest Lauren, I'm saying, Doran, the latest Lauren.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Where your pimping from?
No, look at that. No. We gonna turn this up. You got the whole team is backing you. Look at that. Look at that camera and talk your shit. Tell them who you is, why you the shit, and why they need to fuck with you.
All right, so I am Hydora.
Right. Yeah,
who I am? Shit, I'm one of the Queen Slimes.
Yeah.
One of the Queen Slimes. Why y'all need to fuck with me? Cause I'm different. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm fuckwittable. Respectfully. I keep that shit on.
I keep that shit on.
She ain't bushing. Yeah, please.
Where you from?
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
And, I'm just 1,000. And I'm real. I ain't like these, other people in the industry. I'm real. For real.
That's what it's
Keep
about.
it real. I got good energy.
DW.
And I love everybody.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, DW.
Now, come on, excuse me, the first lady.
Okay.
Come on, talk your shit.
Oh, first lady.
Talk your shit.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Carlay, Queen Slime. And y'all should fuck with me because I get y'all bitches ain't slime enough.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No cap.
Yo, ho, one more time.
Kick your
And then, you know what I'm saying? They asked me when I jumped out the porch. I told them when I came out the womb. I said, my name Dollar White, but the night just call me White.
Yeah.
I said, I look light, but it real heavy.
Look like a real heavy though.
They said, trust, he said,
saying.
I said, ain't 3. Number 3.
Big Duck don't count because she the biggest.
The biggest.
Right.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying.
Hold on, I got this nice young lady calling my phone. What you got to tell him?
You see how I got to
Huh?
Can't hear it.
Call when you get on the elevator, you lame soft ass nigga.
I gotta keep buying this shit, man. I'm gonna throw this shit in the trash and time I buy this shit.
This savage little brother.
What's that? What's that?
I'm gonna reimburse you when I see you, bro. I'm gonna call you when I get through
Hey,
this.
snapping.
Like damn it, I did it. I faced the odds, I found myself, I didn't fit in. I took some losses, but I still came up winning. I put some commas in the big, I ran up the digits. Like damn it, I did it. I cut some off, I went through lies, the city is city. So time back to myself, now I'm living prolific. I get them calls from my family saying you did it. Can't believe I did it, yeah. Since I was a kid, always wanted me an MG Benz. Teachers holding me back, telling me I wouldn't be shit. Never in fear, always knew I'd make it here. Why
Wipe them tears, mama, we gon' get them meals. Yeah. Life been hard, you know I'm raising the bar.
What is this? My bad, y'all. They cut the light on, my bad. Who the fuck was that? That nigga like a, who the fuck is that? Like a skateboard rapper or something. Who the fuck is this nigga? Oh no. Nigga look like, I don't even know.
Say something, and it's something very important that I need to know, right? Yeah. And we're gonna talk about slime after this. I just want to say this to y'all. Everybody in here said that it was about the family. They ain't even say nothing about them. That's the strongest shit that you can see in this day, in this me time, right? Next year, certain different individuals here are gonna be on different levels. Keep that same fucking energy.
Right.
When you level up, get that same energy. Most of the greatest motherfucking crews that we had in the history, Wu-Tang, everybody, they break up because the motherfuckers start doing more shows than motherfucker, or motherfucker chain bigger, or motherfucking cars in they driveways, they got more than the other one, and they forget. Don't never lose that energy.
Right.
Now I gotta say something, ask you something. What is slime?
What is it?
What is it? Like, what do it mean?
Oh, it means.
Go to the mic for me, Thug.
It means fucking, you know,
Cause we old niggas, we hear motherfuckers say it.
We one of the first people on earth. We paid our dues, you know. You know, snakes first had arms and legs. You know, they got chopped off. They did some bullshit. Got them chopped off. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the big God. We feel like we paid our dues, and we just
What
like.
the fuck do he mean by we got our? What is he talking about?
Really, I feel like the closest thing to Earth is what's on Earth. What's literally like on it, on the grounds of Earth. And I don't think nothing gets more on the ground than a snake. You know what I'm saying? That's what it end up being. You know, when the Fed get behind it. You don't want to know the real meaning.
Yeah, I want to get. We ain't got to get into all that.
Right.
But I will say this. Another one.
Cause I don't think the motherfuckers in Minnesota that say it's slime just
we don't know.
Yo, this nigga just said when the feds get behind it. Damn.
And all that.
Right.
The feds ain't.
But I will say this. Another one.
Cause I don't think the motherfuckers in Minnesota that say it's slime just
we don't know
any of that shit that you just.
Yeah.
Got the whole world.
Real talk,
because you broke it down for people to know.
But I think people saying it for their own reasons though. Yeah. I don't think that, you know, it's just like the inner circle, like the ones that's like literally right here that know my meaning. You know what I'm saying? That was presented the opportunity to be a part of the family. They know the real meaning. You know what I'm saying? Other people that wasn't even presented the opportunity that just feel like they in the family. I feel like every one of the individuals got their own meaning. They main meaning might be the same thing, but you got your own meaning of why you rocking with us, why you fucking with us, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the biggest meaning is because we family oriented, you know what I'm saying? It's we locked in, so people just be like, damn, I feel like most of our fans come from respect, like there's some respectful shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I respect these people. These people like rocking like they grew up in the same house, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like that's where that shit come from with fans just repping this shit, you know what I'm saying? That's why I embrace all of them. I embrace every fan, any one of them. Anybody claiming I embrace them. You slime, you 100% slime. There's no such thing as a fake slime. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No such thing. You got your own meaning, so I can't say it's fake.
Do you ever wake up in a bad mood sometimes?
That was like very well put. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel that, cause it mean whatever it mean to you.
Smash that motherfucker like, man. Blunt talk. What you say? I am that I am. What I am? You mean what I am? Smash that like, gang.
Right.
So
could never be fake.
Right. So let me ask you a question.
Let me ask y'all a question. Is y'all niggas slime?
I don't really know the meaning. You said something about the Fed, so I ain't fucking slime.
Yeah, you know about the phone. He come get
something about the motherfucking people. Scared the
imagine y'all old ass nigga getting some
what
time.
What camera am I in?
Imagine y'all old ass nigga.
You niggas.
Imagine y'all old ass nigga getting some time.
Ooh, hurt nigga. Right down, nigga. A 1.5.
Try some 10 years of hell, dog.
Oh man.
Y'all hear this nigga making a joke about getting some time, bro.
Nigga get some time.
Ooh, hurt nigga. Right down, nigga. A 1.5.
Try some 10 years of hell, dog.
Oh man. I don't even know about no more time.
I'll tell you one motherfucker thing I ain't telling.
Nah, most definitely.
That's the only thing that matter.
I'll be a hurt, crushed motherfucker.
You know one thing I can say?
I'll be doing a dime.
I don't know if everybody the same, but one thing I can say is I honestly can see every person that tell. I honestly can see them telling. I don't never be surprised by somebody telling. I can damn near tell you who will tell.
So you're a rat identifier.
Yes, sir. Right. Slime snake.
He has like a rat radar.
Yep. You got a rat. Damn, that's a company. Not rap radar. Rat radar.
Yeah, a radar.
A radar.
A radar. And nigga be like, slime.
That's a rat.
But
that's a rat.
Let me say this.
Ain't that some shit? I know the chat going crazy right now. You heard this nigga just said, man. Hold on, let me I gotta read the chat real quick. Hold on. That nigga said, I'm a fucking rat.
Do it even matter in rap anymore?
What, rap?
Yeah, rap.
Do what matter?
Niggas being rats.
Yes. Because like these days in rap, it's getting back to the point where it's getting back to you kind of sort of speaking on what you do. It's kind of getting to that.
Okay.
So it's like if you're a rat, it's like I can't really listen. I can't listen to nothing you saying unless you saying some godless shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless you saying something about like I'm with my kids or I'm in a motherfucking minivan. A soccer mom van with my kids on the way to church.
Oh, nigga, I got a minivan.
I'm saying unless you saying, but you ain't got it because you know rat.
No, I'm not saying it, but you said it like a soccer mom only drive.
No, I'm just saying like when it comes to rapping, if you're a rat, I respect that type of shit because I feel like a lady who drive a soccer van, a mom, she a rat.
She gonna tell him
she a rat,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I just. Hell yeah,
well, she is civilians.
Yeah. But I know civilians that won't tell, and I know civilians that will tell. You know what I'm saying?
Got a point.
Hell yes, it means a lot in rap. Yes, it matter. It matter because like it's about what you say. These days, bro, we show what we say. These days, you kind of see, like, oh, niggas got smoked with these niggas, so niggas. It's some shit happening every time these folks meet. It's like the whole world, or even if it's just like girls or some shit, or even if it's just like, oh, I really fuck with this nigga. Mm-hmm. Not even on no beef and shit. Like I fuck with him. Every time you see us, and you gonna see us fucking with each. Like I'm just saying that to say like everything sums up to like what you say. What you saying, they got to see you doing the same thing you saying. They got to.
Right.
So that's why I feel like ratting play a part in that, because it's like, what the hell you gonna say that'll make that I'm gonna believe? What can a nigga say that I'm going to believe? Besides, I'm going to church, I'm a church man, I'm a father, I'm with my daughter, we in a motherfucking minivan, got a drop top BMW, you know what I'm saying? Like,
did you ever think you'll see the day where a nigga
take 6 down
could tell on some niggas and still be running around here performing with sold out crowds?
Yeah.
I thought, in my era, I couldn't, Tupac tell on some niggas and then at a sold out concert talk about, I hit him up. No, we'd have been like, nigga.
Well, you did?
Like, nigga, what?
You signed them up.
So we would have.
You signed them up.
He signed them niggas up.
Signed them up.
It wasn't no hit them up.
Yeah, you signed them up.
Right,
But see, I bet it. I bet it. I ain't gonna say the rapper that I bet it, because he a cool nigga, he a solid nigga. So I don't want to say his name, so he'll be like, damn, bro, you said my name like I was down with a rat. You see what I'm saying? So I can't say his name. But I betted another rapper. I don't know where you from. I think from the West Coast. I don't know. I betted another rapper that 6ix9ine tell before he told. I'm like, he gonna tell. I betted the nigga, man. I betted a friendly 5,000. We betted that he said he ain't gonna tell. I bet it he gonna tell, and I bet it. No, I bet it he gonna tell, and then I bet it. He betted me back. He just wanted to get the 5,000 back. So we betted 5,000 that I bet 5,000 that he tell, and he betted 5,000 that nothing is gonna happen to him. I betted 5,000 that something gonna happen to him too. I don't know why I had that belief, but I really believe like he gonna think he gangster. He gonna try to step out, and somebody gonna do something. Even if it's some humbug shit, even if it's some shit like just anything. Like I betted 5,000 that something was gonna happen. Like I bet you whatever. Niggas see him, something gonna happen. He gonna get beat up. He gonna have to run out the club. Something gonna happen. I lost that fucking bet, bro. Them pussy ass nigga, let that nigga in the club. They let him. He was chilling. I'm like, yo, y'all don't got Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't got Instagram. And it ain't no shit like you trying to live up to a street code. It's just like I live up to a human code. Like I'm not loyal to Gilly. I'm not loyal to you. I'm not loyal to.
I can't take it anymore, Mr. Nibbles. It's always, yo, Death Knight, buff my
Mr. Nibbles.
armor. Hey, Death Knight, get yourself sacked.
What the hell?
Dora, Dolly, my girl. I'm not loyal to nothing. I'm loyal to life. I'm not gonna tell on you because I don't supposed to. Dora, Dolly, my girl. Oh, like I'm not.
He be saying
ain't no shit like you trying to live up to a street code. It's just like I live up to a human code. Like I'm not loyal to Gilly. I'm not loyal to you. I'm not loyal to Dora, Dolly, my girl. I'm not loyal to nothing. I'm loyal to life. I'm not gonna tell on you because I don't supposed to tell. Not because you Gilly the kid.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you're a roach.
Right.
Nigga, you can be a nigga who I just met tonight.
Bro, that sounds so crazy how you said that. I ain't loyal to none of them people. I ain't loyal to Dora, Duke. He always did say shit like weird. He had a weird delivery.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got Instagram. And it ain't no shit like you trying to live up to a street code. It's just like I live up to a human code. Like I'm not loyal to Gilly. I'm not loyal to you. I'm not loyal to Dora, Dolly, my girl. I'm not loyal to nothing. I'm loyal to life. I'm not gonna tell on you because I don't supposed to tell. Not because you Gilly the kid.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you're a roach.
Right.
Nigga, you can be a nigga who I just met tonight. Nigga, the police pull up and they find your gun. Nigga, I'm not finna tell the police this your gun. Just because you're a stranger and I don't know you, or you 70 years old, so it'll never come out that I ratted her. And nothing gonna make me tell.
Right.
It don't matter who it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I live on them tight code, bro. I'm loyal to life.
You live on them Cleveland Avenue codes, man.
Yeah, loyal to life, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it go all the way back to Cleveland Avenue.
I tell all my niggas too, every nigga who I fuck with, man, do not be loyal to me. Be loyal to life. Be loyal to the earth. Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to the code.
He said, this nigga Thug said, I tell all my niggas, each and every one of them, do not be loyal to me. Damn, Thug. That's what you told him. Thug, you told, so you telling me that you told them. You telling me that you told everybody around you, hey man, don't be loyal to me, man. Then he said, I ain't loyal to you. Bro, I swear to God, bro. He be speaking it so profoundly too. I told you he had a weird delivery. I always thought Young Thug had a weird like delivery with the shit he be saying. Like he say profound shit, kinda is you think it sounds profound, but the way he says it is profound. But it's like some of the shit he be saying be just bullshit. You know?
Be loyal to me. Be loyal to.
Way back to Cleveland Avenue.
I tell all my niggas too, every nigga who I fuck with, man, do not be loyal to me. Be loyal to life. Be loyal to the earth. Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to the code. Be loyal to what you supposed to be. Nigga, this is a code. Like,
right. Because if you ain't loyal to yourself, how the fuck you gonna be loyal to me, man?
Right. You're not loyal to the code. Nigga, I'm a part of the code.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not loyal to that. Like, you basically saying, I tell on you if you went Thug. If you like, man, I ain't telling on Thug. You basically saying if I went thorough, you'll consider telling. Goddamn, you'll take that into consideration.
Right.
If I wasn't me. So it's like, hey, don't be silent for me. Be silent for yourself.
Be silent for your
Be
motherfucking
silent
self.
for motherfucking the code.
You know what I mean?
Nigga.
And one thing I shot Cuz out about, you know what I'm saying? Because we used to do our shit back in the day. He went down. He did his time, man. He ain't do no finger pointing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't whisper no motherfucking names. He went in that bitch at 17 years old, came out at 37. You feel what I'm saying? And he did what he had to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Strong.
So,
you strong, man.
Like at the end of the day, I just be trying to tell motherfuckers like, when you step out there on the field, you might break your ankle. You might get a foul. You don't know what's gonna happen, but don't stop being gangster when the police, when it's time to go in them rooms.
Stay gangster.
Stay gangster.
I always tell a nigga.
That's all I'm saying.
I tell my whole hood, you know the police can't give you no time.
Stay gangster.
So don't tell them then. When they lock you up and they want to question you or anything, just at least buck on them. Like, make them feel like you ain't gonna tell. Like, wait till your first time going to court or something, bro. Like, don't tell. Like, you told it the precinct, fuck nigga. What the hell you thought the police was finna do? They still gotta take you in. They already wrote the ticket. They already called it in. No matter what you tell them in the precinct.
Niggas telling in the police car. Fuck it. You in the car getting busy.
Yeah, you think this man finna pull over and let your pussy ass out the car. You think this nigga finna pull over and let your pussy ass out the car.
you still gonna go through a process.
When you tell him, he gonna say, okay, I got a lieutenant you can tell that to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, don't even tell me, bitch ass nigga. I can't write this shit on your ticket, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So tell to the next person. Tell to the next person you feel.
And we only talking to the niggas who signed up for this shit. If you subscribe to the streets.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? That's what you
Right,
signed the fuck
this ain't
up
for
for,
everybody.
man.
This
you feel what I'm saying?
For niggas who in the street.
Don't sign up for the streets and then try to erase that shit when you get caught. That's not how that shit works,
I stay
man.
out of trouble because I know I can't tell.
You had listen.
So I just stay out of trouble.
You had a heavy foot. You was a big step in the street. As soon as you get to the police district, your name Lightfoot now. You got tender toes. Now your feet like, what's going on? Your feet tender.
Now you're nothing.
What the fuck is going on?
Come on, man.
Like, I'm just saying, if that's the life you're gonna live it. If not,
So don't go from big stepper to tender toes.
Teddy Tender ass. Now you
go
Teddy.
Dinosaur that got on rope.
Yeah.
Shit crazy, man.
Fuck doesn't matter. This episode is brought to you.
All right, man. It's been a pleasure, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and get something to eat, man. I appreciate everybody's been here, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. I appreciate you. If y'all know my name is motherfucking I to the Q, man. IQ Shaheed. I appreciate everybody. Free Thugger. We'll be back tomorrow. You know, we're gonna follow this whole trial, and I'm gonna stay locked in with y'all. If y'all need to hit me on my Instagram at IQ Shaheed. It's below in the description. If you want to send me a video to react to or music videos to react to, I'm only gonna be doing reactions on my other channel from now on. That's why I haven't uploaded no reactions since like a minute now. But yeah, I appreciate everybody, man. Stay blessed. Free Thugger, man.